Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Horace Fleming III Field for a beautiful day here in Washington, D.C.
No thanks for hate. We do not tolerate any bias or prejudice. Our school. Those who are different from ourselves.
Pizza blessing.
Reaches out to those who are victims of respect for people.
Good afternoon, Wilson Tigers fans. We're here at Horace Fleming III Field for a beautiful day, 75 degrees and sunny, for the first home football matchup of the brand new school year. We've got what should be a great game today between your Wilson Tigers and the Bell Eagles. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nat Wigman. Nat, what should we expect from the Wilson's opponent today, the Bell Eagles?
Thank you guys. It wasn't dry. Good job. Let's give it up for Jillian and Julia.
Yep, completely agree with that one. After the win at Murray, Bell moved up to 7th in the DC football standings. Obviously Gonzaga at 1, followed by St. John's. You see Wilson all the way down the list at 11 there behind St. Albans. What do the Tigers have to do to move up this rankings and get a good W here, Nat?
You want me to do it? All right, then you got to tell me when we go at the wrong.
They struggled a lot with like penalties and just kept them off the field. Just caused penalties is the worst thing you can do in football. Give up free yardage, stop the clock, everything. If they can stay off the penalties on defense and really get I feel like the run game started, they can be successful here.
Yep, agreed. So we should be kicking off here in a bit. It should be a rowdy one here. We've got a lot of fans already in the stands, forming a bit of a student section here, but obviously the first home game of Friday night's event. It should be turned up in the Wilson Tigers Arena today. It should be a fun one. I want to talk about Wilson's quarterback, Alex Godovaterne, right now. Nat, what does he have to do to be successful in this football game?
Well, athletically, he's just like a key to success. He's, I think, around 6'4", 6'5". He's lengthy, like arm-wise. He's strong. He's fast. All the physical traits are there. If he can stay poised in the pocket, not get nervous, and make his reads. He struggled a little bit last game with the last game when the offensive line broke down. He didn't have much time in the pocket. He has legs to get out of the pocket, but you don't want to be getting out of the pocket every time. He wants to be able to sit back in the pocket, look for his read, not just have to look for his first read and take off. He wants to be able to make good reads and hit his targets.
Yeah, agreed. Alex is just such a tough tackle. He's listed at 6'4", 220 on the Max Preps website. And as we saw last game at Yorktown, his pass game is also there. I'm looking for the offensive line to put up a good game here and battle from the start, and just give Alex a chance to sit back there and look for his receivers and go through his progressions, which we just didn't see in the Yorktown game, which is why I think they struggled a lot. I want to talk about cornerback Landon Price as well, / running back. What does he have to do to get the run game going and really set up the Wilson Tigers offense like you saw at Yorktown last week?
Well, they just have they have multiple running backs that they can play, which I think really helps them. Whereas Landon's more of a speedy guy, where they have guys like Mikey, who's a more physical back. And so if they can just, they should have their legs ready to go. Since there's multiple guys out there, they hopefully won't be able to get tired and things like that, and just be able to stay with lots of stamina and just be able to run the whole game, in my opinion. If they can get that run game started early and often, I feel like it should be able to open up the pass game and overall. I think that's the biggest key for this Wilson Tigers team on offense.
Yep, so Coach Rogers looking to get the first W of the season in a big game, 7v11 in the DC standings. Wilson at home, a huge game. We'll be back in a minute.
Thank you.
Can they hear me from playing this room? You see, so I could turn it all the way up, but you want some background noise. That can be from the people too, though. You hear the background? Yeah.
And a beautiful demonstration done by our very own Jero TC. The Tigers have taken the field here, led by the QB, Alex Gottavanterna. It should be an exciting one. We'll go to the kickoff in a few minutes.
4 captains today: Landon Prince, Alex Gottavanteri, Amaranani Johnson, and Aiden Washington.
The District of Columbia Public Schools, the District of Columbia Interscholastic Athletic Association believe in good sportsmanship as an integral component of interscholastic competition. In order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, civility, honesty, and responsibility before, after, and during all athletic contests. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize outstanding performance of their opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating words or actions directed at game officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or other spectators will not be tolerated and will be grounds for removal from the site of the competition. Be a positive and respectable community leader in your community. Thank you. Direct your attention to the center of the field for the coin toss. Ladies and gentlemen, DCPS athletic COVID and face mask guidelines. Face masks and coverings, individuals should always be wearing and correctly wearing a face mask or covering. Face masks must be worn at all times unless the student athlete is engaged in physical activity, doing workouts, practices, or competition. Coaches, athletic trainers, officials, spectators, athletic personnel, and all staff must wear face coverings all times outdoors. Spectators must comply with the face covering expectations. Spectators must wear a face mask at all times, indoors and outdoors.
So that was the coin toss. Seeing that Ian Wall, the kicker, is putting on his kicking shoe, it looks like they will kick the ball off to the Bell Eagles.
Welcome to Horseman in the third field.
If you're Wilson here, you don't want another thing to happen like last game against Yorktown. If you didn't know, they gave up a touchdown on the first kickoff. So you need to focus on this and not give up for easy points. It all starts with special teams.
Yeah, it was a crazy start last weekend. The Yorktown team came out and returned the kick, and then right after that, the Wilson Tigers came back and returned a kick of their own. a pretty crazy start that you kind of hope doesn't happen this game. If you're the Wilson Tigers, you want a clean game here. You want to stay in yourself. It's a big first game, so you don't want to get out of your own emotions and just have fun here. It's a big game, a lot of people here.
Yep.
And number 5, Juwan Sanders.
Ian Wall with an impressive performance last week. He hit a 37-yarder. He's been looking good in the replacement of Leviticus, who was really a great kicker for the Tigers 2 years ago.
Yeah. Since we haven't seen football being played at Horace Fleming Field or in general for this Wilson team, the team looks a lot different than it did 2 years ago, and there's some key players that have gone, but there's some key players that have stepped up. And Ian Wall is one of those guys where he's all over the field. He's playing kicker. We'll get some snaps at wide receiver, and also plays linebacker.
Yeah, and we want to thank you guys for staying with us. If you're on this stream right now, we appreciate you guys. Through this pandemic, it's been a hard time, and we know the best that we've all been deprived of Wilson sports. So we're really excited to kick this one off and get going here. Again, this is the Wilson Live channel. If you like our videos or want to see any other Wilson sports, please hit the subscribe button and drop a like down below on this video as we set to kick off at Horace Fleming III Field. Wall boots one over the head of Zion Suggs, who takes it out to the 20, now to the 30, breaks a couple tackles and is brought down at the 38, it looks like. A good return from Zion Suggs there. Not what you want, again, from the Wilson Tigers. You want to stay contained, and you want to get a good 3-and-out here and just get your offense on the field. Big home game. You know they're excited. That's Zion Suggs. Once again, he had 5 catches for 105 yards last week.
Yeah.
His brother, DeMico Suggs, is the quarterback, who you'll see here, number 2 in the pocket in the shotgun.
Yeah, the pass game was key for Bell, and it's a little bit surprising of how productive their offense was to only put up 22 points on the board. I don't know in specific cases, but my guess is they weren't super successful in the red zone. I know they had some turnovers.
And an option there, and Suggs takes that to the 45 and runs into the other team. I believe that was number 66, Evan White, who went down there. That was a little bit scary, but a great read option to start. That was a great keep by Suggs. Everyone was expecting that to go to Tybias Martin, who had a little bit of an impact in the run game last week, but Suggs just kept that. Got a good 15-yard gain there.
Yeah, he's a super dangerous two-way quarterback. Can use his runs, his legs, but also is very dangerous in the pass game.
Yep, agreed. And the shotgun once again. 2 running backs to the right and left of him. 2 wide receivers at the top, and looks like someone jumped a bit off sides there.
Yeah, don't know what the call is. Again, like I said before, Wilson had some penalty issues in their first game against Yorktown. Really want to limit that.
Yeah, the boys seem to be a bit excited there. A little bit of an offsides call. They're looking to get in there. Like I said, I just want to reiterate, I think it's really important that they get their offense on the field here in this situation, or at least hold Bell to a field goal. As we saw last week, it's really demoralizing when you get a touchdown scored on the first drive. Suggs hands it off. This time he does give it to Barton, who gets a 5-yard gain, powers forward.
Yeah, defense not looking good for Wilson right now. Walking right through him, already inside the 40. Got a lot limit here, got to lock down and not give up anything easy.
Big William House protecting the middle. He's got to step up. He's coming off the field now, actually. Suggs is in the shotgun. Once again, hands it off, and a big tackle right there by number 9, our Darius Osborne, I believe.
Great defense right there. D-line struggled a little bit in the game against Yorktown, so to see first drive to get a big stuff on that, it's big for them.
I would watch the play action here as Wilson seems to be coming out big. He keeps it once again. He's bouncing out to the outside for a 15-yard gain. Almost breaks a tackle from Armani Johnson, but it's taken down. Armani Johnson with a little hip check towards the end of the play there.
Yeah, getting a little chippy already. I noticed when he ran over to the bench, there was some words exchanged, and now again. But like I said before, he's a two-way threat. You got to watch out for those legs, and you know they're going to be coming out with all kinds of schemes in the backfield of triple options, read options.
Suggs has not thrown the ball yet, but the Bell Eagles have marched down the field. Now he drops back into the pass, but takes off once again, and a big tackle. I think that was Ian Wall with the open field tackle. They're at the 18 now.
It's exactly what you want to get there. A group tackle, and they got the pressure. They didn't have time in the pocket. Look for kind of a screen play on the left-hand side of the field, and wasn't open. So great defense right there by Wilson.
Yeah, well, as we highlighted earlier in the game, Armani Johnson is a lockdown safety, so I would love to see Suggs test Armani in the back of the end zone. Looking for a little screen there, and a flag thrown. Number 29, Robert Nelson, down on that play. Hope he's all right.
Yep, not looking good. But this one's going to be a pass interference against Bell. But we're going to have an injury timeout, and not a timeout, but injury on the play, stoppage of play.
Suggs just came out running the ball very, very well. That was the first real pass attempt, and it was a screen to the bottom of the field, just a little pass interference there. We hope Robert Nelson's all right. A key corner for this Wilson Tigers team, and we hope the defense can stay on the field and hold up the Bell Eagles from scoring once again. We cannot let the Bell Eagles get on the board here.
Yep, and this is going to be a third and long, and pressure was there again on that play, so if Wilson can continue to keep the pressure on, this will be big, and this looks like a 3rd and 20.
Yeah, now they're back at what seems like the 33 or so, a huge penalty if you're the Bell Eagles here. A tough play where you think you're going to see Suggs air it out here, which should be interesting, like I said, to test the secondary of the Wilson Tigers. But hands it off, actually, to number 5, who takes it out of bounds at about the 15, 16, a generous spot there.
Yep, another flag. This is going to be a holding call on Bell.
Yeah, you figured the open hole implied something other than a good block. But that'll bring the Bell Eagles back once again. Another rough penalty to start this one.
Yeah, this might hold them out of oh, never mind. I thought they were gonna decline the penalty since they hadn't moved the ball back yet. Interesting play call right there on a 2nd and short, and to enter a reverse. I thought that was interesting. We'll see. Looks like right now Bell is going to come out in lots of different sets and try to run the ball as much as possible, and it's been successful so far.
So Suggs in the shotgun by himself, 3 out to the right of him, 2 out to the left. This should be a pass unless Suggs decides to take this on an option, and it is. He rolls out to his left and steps up and runs it once again to the 40 and runs out of bounds at about the 33, 32. Another great run. An empty backfield there, and Suggs still decides to take it himself. The run game's really going for the Eagles here.
I feel like at this point, Wilson, I feel like if they're getting off the field, once they get off the field, I feel like the coaches have to make a decision of, do they put a QB spy on the field? Do they make it one man who can just follow the quarterback the whole entire time, since it looks like he's doing everything himself right now?
Suggs back in the shotgun with a blocker. Throws out to the left to Jaden Watts, I think that is, but he's taken out. That won't be enough for a first.
Great red zone defense right there by Wilson. Running a little out route. We're playing nothing over top was great defense, because Bell still has to get to another penalty against Bell. It's killing them. That's 3 penalties in a row.
Yeah, it's rough to start the game. Suggs in frustration in a squat at midfield. Wasn't a bad throw to the sideline, but once again, I'd love to see Suggs test the arm strength here early in the game, and especially test the really great Wilson Tigers secondary led by Armani Johnson here.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the call was. I didn't see anything specifically myself that would identify a penalty. But well, this will be 4th down. 4th and long, or might be 3rd and long if they go back. I don't know. We'll see.
Seems to be about 200 people here at least in these stands. They're quite full. Not exactly a student section, but students are filing in and out. Suggs in the shotgun once again. You assume he'll throw this with 2 receivers at the bottom and 2 receivers at the top. A stacked line. Wilson comes out with 4 men on the blitz, it looks like, and 2 in the middle, led by Hey Mike himself.
Yeah, interesting going for it on 4th down. There's no kicker necessarily on their roster, so that might be a weakness for them.
Rolls out once again, a tough throw. Suggs avoids the coverage and throws it right into the hands of, I think, Scott Messiah that was. Drops it. Oh boy, that was frustrating, but a good 3 and out. Turnover on downs right there. That's big for the Wilson Tigers. Obviously, you would have liked the pick. It would have got the crowd going a bit. But hey, offense is on the field, like I said. That's exactly what you want to do for the Wilson Tigers. A great defensive drive right there.
Yep. In some ways, if you pick that, you never know. They could have gotten tackled early and would have been less yardage than just batting the ball down. I don't think he purposely batted the ball down, but still not too bad getting the pick compared to if it was a 1st down or something like that.
Yep, completely agreed. You'd love to see Alex come out slanted here, but assume he'll hand it off in this option, and he does. Big hit. I think that was Armani Johnson. He's doing a little too little for him. Celebration there, but a nice run to start the game. I'd assume that because the Bell Eagles came out in such a run-heavy offense, you would think the Tigers would test their run game too. What do you think, Nat?
Yeah, like we said, coming into this game, Wilson has lots of variety at the running back, and I predicted that if they get this run game going early, force the Bell Eagles to focus on it more, and it really will open up the pass game for Alex and really just help the team in general on the offensive end.
Yeah, so that was Armani Johnson with the run there. An interesting call, as we said. Landon Prince is usually in there, but a little bit of an option end around. You know, Armani does get some reps at the receiver sometimes, and he's always a player to watch when he's on the field.
Yeah, he's another one of those guys. Wilson has lots of those guys that play multiple positions. He's out there on the defense, one of the key players, and is also the backup quarterback for this team.
So we come out of the break with Alex in the shotgun once again. Landon Prince to the right of him. 3 receivers on the left of him and 1 to the right. Aiden Shaw hikes it, and he comes out in what looks like a pass. The offensive line gives up. Alex rolls out and delivers a strike. I believe that's Armani Johnson once again. A great completion, nifty move by Alex there.
Great play.
Avoiding the line. Once again, a bad sign from the Tigers. The line totally collapses there, but Alex, that's his playmaking right there. Once again, able to make something happen out of nothing.
Yeah, great player. Like I said, he's just a great physical quarterback where he can get out of the pocket, and just also a great leader where he can tell the guy move upfield a little bit. Able to pick up the 1st down on that play. But able also to use his legs. Like, he's quick out there, be able to get at the pocket that quickly and make the read.
I like the aggressiveness by the Tigers coming out, slinging it on the 2nd play of the drive. Alex snaps it in the shotgun once again. The offensive line collapses, but he jukes one. Throws to Armani Johnson once again, but that does not look like it's going to be a gain. It looks like it's going to be a loss, actually, of about 6 yards there. Once again, the O-line just collapsing.
Yeah, man in his face. I thought it could have been a sack. Bell, defensive lineman, I think it was, or linebacker, didn't want to make the decision to dive, so was able to get the ball away. But I feel like in that situation, you got to throw the ball away. There's a man right on him, like behind that running back, and tackle for loss. So we have second and long.
Yeah, you almost hope he would have thrown it away there, but once again, amazing playmaking by Alex. The O-line has just collapsed once again. Centered by Aiden Shaw here, the captain. They're in the shotgun once again. I believe that's Mike to the left of him. It is. Looked like it was going to be a handoff, and the line held strong, but a penalty.
Yeah, I don't know what this one's going to be, but he's not even getting like a second of time in that pocket. They're coming up right away and really just getting at him.
Second down and 15.
That was a timeout. Sorry, we said the wrong thing. It was a timeout there.
So once again, Alex in the shotgun. Mike to the left of him. Snaps it, and he hands it off to Mike this time, who breaks a tackle, but is wrapped up by John Stoddard and Josh Hancock there. Good tackle. Mike's not an easy tackle, as we saw last week in Yorktown.
Yeah, if he makes one guy miss right there, he had a hole. I felt like had some decent blocks on the O-line, but tried to get outside and was not able to make that one guy miss, where I feel like he could have had big yardage on that play.
Yeah, you'd love to see some sort of read option here. It just seems like the Tigers have no time in the pocket whatsoever, so maybe an option that would give Alex the chance to take off. I'd love to see that. But once again, Mike to the left of Alex. He drops back and is passing this time and throws to number 2, Jason Collins, who goes right through the hands. Good coverage by the Bell Eagles, who are hyped on their sideline. And the punt team will come out.
Yeah, unfortunate for Wilson on that drop, but lucky enough to not have an interception right there, because Bell would have had great field position. We'll see on this punt team. They've had some struggles last week on a safety on a punt, so if they can get this cleanly and try to punt it inside the 30, they'll be looking good, but we'll see.
Yeah, especially in high school football, special teams is so underrated. As we said, Ian Wall is anchoring this kicking and punting team as he lines back to take a punt, but it's just so hard to be clean on the special teams, and it's one of the most important things in the game. Looks like an offsides of some kind as Wall jukes 2 jokingly.
Yeah, it's really been not a clean game right now, if I do say so myself. Lots of penalty flags, and just all over the place.
And another offsides from the Tigers. Boy, are they excited to start this game. Wall will try again.
Again, dangerous returner back there, Zion Suggs. So don't really want to give him an opportunity to return this one.
Number 50, Connor Riley with the snap to Wall, who escapes pressure and delivers a pretty good punt down the sidelines. Goes out at about the 31. A solid punt with pressure from Wall there.
Yeah, if I do say something else, I would say that's a beautiful punt. Able to get it just inside the 30 or just at the 30, and not be able to give Zion Suggs that return that he so desperately wants, is my guess, because he's a dangerous returner out there. Had a great game at wide receiver last game against Murray, and really is able to connect with his brother last game. So we'll see if will be able to do that this game.
So here comes Suggs out once again. He has Tybias Barton to the left of him, and Zion Suggs at the bottom of the screen. Be prepared for a pass here. An option once again to Suggs. Oh, breaks some ankles, but is tackled. Oh, stays up on his feet for a minute. Tackled by Robert Nelson, who comes back in after that injury. A great move by Suggs there, but just nothing really going there. And a good tackle by Robert Nelson.
Yeah, great defense by Wilson right there. I felt like they were more ready for a read option there. Had the man there, even though he got juked a little bit, but better than before. Nothing tackle for loss and 2nd and long.
Yeah, you wonder if, as the Tigers stack the box, Suggs will go to the pass game here like he did last week. Armani Johnson at the top of the zone here. Suggs fakes the handoff, drops back, some pressure, throws it into nothing. I believe that was Darius Osborne there with the great pressure. Uh-oh, might be some roughing the passer, taunting after the play. But a good pressure moment from the Wilson Tigers there.
Yeah, Ian Wall and Armani Johnson are really connecting on that on the opposite sides. Armani's coming off the safety blitz, which really worked that play.
Yeah, we talked to Wall before this game, and he said that he's going to be in the blitz a little bit more than last week. Last week he dropped back into some coverages, but they want to keep the pressure up, and especially in a home game, create some plays. So Wall will be blitzing most of the game. Still not sure what the flag is here, but it seems like it's on the Bell Eagles, so maybe some chirping after the play there.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what it was, but I think offensive line for right now, if you have to pick a key thing that's really struggling for both teams, I would say that's got to be it. Whichever team I feel like can give their quarterback the most time in the pocket. Both quarterbacks are dangerous passers, but also runners, and so whichever team can give their quarterback the opportunity to make some plays, I feel like will be successful.
So 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Suggs back in the pocket in the end zone, hands the ball off, and tripped up. Tobias Barton once again with a good run. Some activity after the play once again, but a good run from their own end zone there.
Yeah, I don't know if he tripped up on his own feet or if there was some leg or something that tripped him up, because I felt he was getting into an open space. If didn't trip, I think that could have been dangerous for Wilson.
Yeah, you'd think so. 0-0, first quarter here. The clock is winding down, 4 minutes, 50 seconds ongoing. Suggs takes the snap and punts it. Oh boy, that was interesting. To number 1, Landon Prince, who was taken down. An interesting play there. As we said, they do not have a kicker on the roster, so Suggs decides to take that one himself there in the snap shotgun.
Yeah, I felt like he just was looking maybe for something, any read that was open, and if there was nothing open, he punts it himself. Not a bad punt, but not a great one. That's the second 4th down they've gone for, and I just feel like it's going to hurt them not having a punter on the team. It gives Wilson great field possession, and hopefully they can make something happen with it.
Not bad at all from the shotgun from Suggs, who is the starting quarterback for the Eagles. Alex once again in the pocket with Landon Prince behind him. He snaps it and throws what looks to be a screen out wide to Jason Collins, who breaks through a little bit to the edge for a 2-yard gain or so. Maybe got brought back to the line. A good little screen there, just the blocks did not hold. You thought Jason Collins had an opening there for a minute, but it turns out he was brought down.
Yeah, I think that's a great play call right there by the Wilson Tigers. A little RPO action where have the read to be able to make the run if he wants to, if Alex sees the right holes open, but also has that little bubble screen that he can dump off to if sees necessary, and gain a little bit of yardage, and we'll see what they do on 2nd down.
2nd down and 8 is the ruling. Alex in the shotgun once again with Prince to the right of him. They do hand it off to Landon this time, who breaks through the middle and coughs the ball up on the ground. We're not sure who has that yet, but it seems like the Bell Eagles do. A bad fumble if that were the case.
Yeah, I was gaining some good yardage right there. And that's going to be a turnover. That's disappointing for this Wilson team.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about earlier in this game, is the lack of turnovers that the Wilson Tigers have to limit. And Prince just coughs the ball up there on a 2nd and 8. He breaks through the D-line once again. No O-line protection or cover at all. and breaks one tackle and then coughs the ball up on the ground. Bad fumble there, but unfortunate for the Tigers again to get no protection from the O-line.
Yeah, costly mistakes lose you these football games. Turnovers are key in high school football, and you limit these turnovers, and Wilson would be in a way better situation. So it's just sad to see things like that happen as we have another injury. It looks to be number 58, Jalen Campbell. He looks to be all right, though.
So a 1st and 10 for the Bell Eagles. Like to see Suggs come out gunning here with 3 minutes 34 seconds left in the first quarter. On their own 35, it looks like.
Yeah, hasn't been able to get the pass game going. It's partly the offense just in general. We're driving early on that first drive, but then had some penalties, troubles, which really stopped them.
So Suggs in the shotgun, and that similar formation they've been running the whole game with 2 running backs to the right and left of him. Snaps the ball, gives a handoff to number 12, Elia Reed, I believe.
Yeah, biggest thing is just another flag there. Would like to see a clean game. It's just I feel like the game, either team has been able to really get in a groove just because offense hasn't been there, and just also just these flags have been killing them on both ends for Wilson and for Bell. I don't know what the call was, but it's just slowing the game down so much where they can't get in a rhythm.
Yeah, Chippy once again, both teams excited and wanting to make a play for what looks to be about 350 people now here. The stands are filling up like nobody's business. Oh boy, so a big personal foul there. Move the Tigers from their own, protecting their own 42. Suggs back in the shotgun, takes a snap with no protection, holds and rolls out of the pocket to the sideline, and another flag. Armani Johnson knocks him out though, talking some trash on the sideline like he usually does. Suggs with another good run as the pocket collapses.
Yeah, they had a double team even wall on that possession, just coming off Speedy on that left edge of the opposite sideline, and running back gave some pocket pressure, but Suggs just hasn't been able to find his reads that have been open. So just decides to take off and run, and picks up some good yardage from that.
Looks like the penalty will be on the Eagles. Maybe a holding there. They go back to the 50.
Yeah, but it's going to be a 1st and long here. The reads really haven't been open. He's made that one pass on, that he's completed. But other than that, really the pass game hasn't been able to get going like he wants it to.
Suggs takes the snap and hands it off to Tybias Barton. Another flag though after the 5-yard gain from Barton.
Teams have really got to clean up these penalties. I think this is, I don't know what this one is on, but I feel like it can get even more chippy if this is just the first quarter.
Yeah, so another penalty on the Eagles, it looks like, as they march back down to their own 40. A big call, which should set up a 1st and 30, I believe.
We appreciate you being here, and if you're enjoying this game and this content, remember to subscribe. We'll be doing every single home game for the Wilson Tigers, all sports, along with some away games.
Suggs hands the ball off once again to Barton, who powers through the line once again for what seems to be an 8-yard gain there, as John Stoddard is clapping his hands in the face of the defense. A good run once again. You wonder when the Tigers will really stack the box and just allow Suggs to throw.
2nd down and 21 from the 48-yard line.
Suggs in the shotgun once again.
Hands it off to Barton, who takes it through the line once again. A nifty juke down to the 41. A good run from Barton there, who's really picked up the run game in the first half for the Eagles.
Yeah, great blocks right there. Really was able to find his hole and make one guy miss, and great pickup right there for the Eagles. If he can continue that'll be big for them on the offensive end.
Looks like a cramp of some kind on the far side of the field. And a timeout for the Tigers, who all take knees. They look pretty gassed here in this opener. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter, and a long 3rd and 15 on the clock right now.
Yeah, we'll see if Bell or Wilson can really get the offensive game going. Still 0-0 after the majority of the first quarter being over. Especially Wilson's offense was better than this in the Yorktown game, but especially I feel like Bell has surprised me. We came into this with our scouting report telling us that the brother duo of D'Amico Suggs, quarterback, and Zion Suggs, wide receiver, we're going to really be here and dominate on the offensive end, where D'Amico passed for 189 yards in that previous game on 19 attempts and had 1 TD, and also, like we've seen today, though, got some run game with his legs. And then Suggs was just dominant with 5 receptions, 105 yards, and a rushing touchdown, which we haven't seen today so far. So we'll see if that picks up throughout the game.
Yeah, Barton has took most of the carries. You wonder if they get Dejuan Samuel involved, who had a huge game last week with 14 carries for 60 yards and a TD, and got involved in the pass game. Suggs drops back in the pass and lobs one right to Robert Nelson, who takes it back to the 45. What an interception from Robert Nelson. He's been all over the place today. Once again, we've been saying this. We wanted to see Suggs test the secondary. He did, and Nelson came up huge for the Tigers with a late turnover to end the first quarter. 1 minute and 53 seconds to go on their 45.
Yep, that one is all on Suggs at this point. Had time in the pocket, more than he did, especially before this, and just made a bad read. It was a little bit of a duck, if I do say so myself. Just an easy interception right there for Wilson, and let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Yep, so Alex takes it out. You'd love to see Prince get a run here, and the offense get in the end zone after a huge interception once again from Robert Nelson. Alex drops back in the pass, hits a slant. Oh my goodness, lit up by Zion Suggs, who's been all over the place. That was intended for Armani Johnson, but a bit out of the reach. The read was there.
Yep, interesting. I thought they might have been able to call a roughing, like after the play, rough. I don't know the exact call for it. I apologize. A little bit of a late hit on Zion Suggs, but the read was there. I do agree with you. A little bit of, I thought it was a pretty good ball. I was able to put the ball in there quickly on that bullet, but a little bit out of the hands of it.
Yep. So Mike Marks is onto the field. And a timeout from the Tigers once again.
I like that read of a quick slant across the middle to try to get the pass game going. I feel like you can't attack at Wilson at this point. Can't attack down the field without Alex being able to have his pocket presence. No time in the pocket so far. Didn't totally collapse like it had on other plays right there, but we'll see if the offensive line can work on that and give Alex some time so that this offense can do what they need to.
Going back to Dejuan Samuel, last week he had 14 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown, and also got involved in the pass game for 3 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. He has not touched the ball on offense today. What do you think about that, Matt?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even seen him really on the field at all. Maybe he's injured or some problem with him. But we'll like to see if he's not, to get some.
I believe I see him at the bottom of the screen, but a quick slant there to number 6, Lavon Chambers. Another quick slant, as we saw, was open before, but Alex just missed that.
Beautiful play right there. Continued to hit the middle of the field, which seems like it's open so far. So if they can continue to do this, and beautiful catch and pass, and pick up some good yardage.
So a 3rd and 3. Samuel is at the bottom of your screen. Alex in the shotgun with Big Hey Mike to the left of him. Jason Collins motions across. Alex snaps it. A fumble, but Mike gets it and coughs it up once again right into the Bell Eagles' hands. A frustrating fumble from both sides once again, as Aiden Shaw seems to be a rough snap of some kind, but Alex can't hold on and rushes the handoff once again.
Yeah, I don't know. He looked frustrated walking off that play. I don't know if it was a miscommunication between the center and him, or a miscommunication between him and Mike. But just these costly turnovers are killing him, where made one read right there, picked up some good yardage on a 7-yard pass. If they could continue that and just at least get a field goal, I mean, that puts them up in this game, but weren't able to do that.
Super frustrating. Suggs back on the field, hands it off to Tobias Barton. Once again, tackled after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, it's Ian Walls just screaming down in that backfield. Was able just to get behind the running back right there and make the tackle. He's been all over the field, and if he can continue this, that's huge for the Wilson Tigers.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened last time when Suggs aired it out, so I'm assuming the Tigers will stack the box once again. Suggs takes the handoff as 5 motions, throws it to Barton this time, who goes out and pushed out by Landon Price.
Yeah, small
to the sideline once again.
Small little pass play right there, picking up another 3 yards or something like that. I like the read right there. Wilson still bringing the pressure there, but he's able to dump it off to the running back.
So the Eagles have a 2nd and 8 on their 43 with 19 seconds to go in this first quarter. Still 0-0. Suggs is looking a little rough to end this first quarter. He's been handing it off a lot and obviously had the interception, but you'd love to see him start taking off again a little more.
Yeah, I think Wilson has also just adjusted their defense to where they're trying to keep him in the pocket, not let him get out of there, kind of just like hold him in there and contain him. So if they can continue to do that and not let him get out in the pocket and use his legs, which we've seen him do, this defense is looking way better, which they've been able to do this so far this drive. But it just sucks to see where both teams' offenses are super struggling, and both teams' defenses are playing well, causing some turnovers and just causing some issues with the offense. Another flag right there. That's going to be on Bell again. If they can continue to do this, it's really hurting their chances at winning this game.
Yeah, it seems to be getting chippy there. I think towards the end of that play when Bryce pushed out Barton, there was some chirping on the sideline that might have caused a penalty. Suggs back in the pocket, 2nd and 8 on his own 43rd.
Yeah, interesting formation here, stacking the wide receivers on top of each other, seeing if they can crisscross is my guess, and make a read right for Suggs. Interesting to see if Wilson will be able to pick that up.
Waiting for a penalty call of some kind or some talking. The Bell sideline is adamant about something. Suggs seems to be in the shotgun once again, with James Stevens to the right of him, who we have not seen yet in the backfield.
Yeah, more of a power back, not as speedy on him. We'll see what the play call will be here on 2nd and 8. If they decide to go back to the pass game, see if that can open up, or do they go to the run game, which has been more successful.
John Stoddard to the right with Kyrie Beeman. At the bottom of the screen, Jaden Watts. Suggs in the shotgun.
I don't know what's taking so long, but there's some confusion between coaches, so they want to go talk to the Wilson Tigers coach and talk to the Bell coach. I don't know specifically what it was, but maybe just telling their players to settle down a little bit, not try to keep the play on the field and keep the game clean as possible.
Yeah, we saw in that Yorktown game Coach Rogers be very good at containing his team and keeping them calm in moments of frustration. On the other side, it looks like the Eagles are doing a little bit of a hard job managing frustration right now. Suggs is in the shotgun, and he does hand it off to the power back, who powers through and breaks 2 tackles with 2 huge trucks. Again, that's James Stevens, the power back, as we mentioned before the play started.
Yeah, beautiful play right there. Just even when he was getting tackled, he just keeps falling forward. Really struggled the Wilson defense right there to get him down, and big yardage right there on something that you would expect if they make that first tackle. It's not a first down.
Wearing King Henry's number, that was a King Henry-esque play right there. The clock is winding down though, with only 5 seconds left. You hope to see the Eagles run a quick play, but they just let the clock wind down. That will wrap up the first quarter, 0-0. Still.
Score 0-0. Session's on stale for you this evening, folks. Pizza wheels, warm chocolate chip cookies, cinnamon rolls, and much more. Located in the gym lobby to the top left of the stadium area.
So we fall into the second quarter. A 1st and 10 for the Bell Eagles. Still 0-0 here at Horace Fleming III field.
Like to see some offensive production this quarter. Both teams really struggled in that first quarter, and let's see if they can get some of those jitters out and make something happen.
Uh-oh, Wall jumps off there. Very excited once again.
Yeah, I don't know which one that's on because I also saw number 1 jump forward.
Oh, an illegal procedure, never mind. Wall does jump off, but an illegal procedure will take them back to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, you often see when one person jumps off, it's not just one. It's they're looking at each other. So if they see one guy move, then they'll all jump forward.
Suggs takes the snap and hands it off to the power back. A huge wrap up by Ian Wall there, who is hit by Suggs but takes him down. A great tackle from the big Ian Wall there.
Yeah, great play right there, just to wrap him up just solely by himself. Like we said before, he's a big running back, James is, and to be able to make that tackle solely by himself and tackle for a loss that's huge for them.
James Stevens, not an easy tackle at all. I believe that's Tyler Green in the game now, with Stevens to the left of Suggs. Still yet to air it out, and he hands it off through the middle. Another tackle by Wall. A good little gain of about 5 yards there.
Yeah, he's been all over the field, and Bell likes running that set where Suggs has a running back on either side of him. This time, number 5 was running a little run to the right to try to get a pass off that little route, and but Suggs decides to hand the ball off.
Once again, Suggs in the shotgun with big James Stevens to the right of him. He drops back to pass this time, goes through the progressions, can't see anything, and steps up and decides to take off. Suggs to the sideline, gains about 5 yards and runs out of bounds. 2 flags as the helmet flies off. I think it's some sort of holding or unnecessary roughness there. 2 flags went flying in the air.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what the call was, but Suggs, again, is just great on the feet, able to make a play out of nothing, I feel like. Just able to take off, but Wilson's secondary really is doing great things off not giving Suggs any reads open, but the defensive line is not able to capitalize on that and get to the quarterback, and he's able to pick up a big game. Looks like on the sideline there, Alex and Aiden Shaw are working on some snaps after that confusion on last drive. 2 fumbles in a row on possessions really sucks. So if they can keep the offense on the field, keep the defense off the field, Bell has won the possession game so far and kept the defense on the field. So if Alex can get some more things going on the offense, that'll be big for Wilson.
Yeah, and I feel like the offense for the Tigers has been rolling when they don't create turnovers like that. Had a quick slant, a couple screens, a big run from Mike and Landon. I just love to keep them on the field without turnovers.
Yeah.
Suggs in the shotgun, hands it off, fakes it, and throws out to Suggs again, but no gain. Once again, Zion Suggs, a big contributor last week, is being shut down this week so far.
Yeah, the brother connection's not been as successful as it was last week. Really just haven't been able to get anything done downfield. Everything's short, so Wilson's just able to focus on those short passes if it is a path, or just in general just focus on the run. And 4th down, we'll see if they punt again or if they go for something not in a punting formation.
Yeah, big 4th and 21. You think they might punt this once again. Oh, Suggs drops back and looks to air this one out. You hope they bat this down. They do not. A big pick by Armani Johnson, who's taking it back down the sideline. Touchdown, Armani Johnson. As the crowd erupts. I don't know exactly what Suggs was looking for there, but he aired it out to Johnson, the stud secondary player, as we have told you earlier in this game, who takes it back for 6. A huge mistake for the Eagles.
Yep, and that's big. Armani was actually in punt formation a little bit, getting ready just in case that they were going to punt the football. So he screamed all the way down and was able to make that play. So that's huge for this Wilson Tigers team as they get ready to make this extra point. Struggled slightly last week on extra points. So after that first touchdown they made last week, they missed their first extra point. So if they can capitalize on this and take that 7-0 lead, that will be huge.
Yeah, no confusion on that fake, what could have been a punt, but turned out not to be. The Tigers stood strong there in that secondary and expected a pass.
Yeah, I think you gotta, if you're Suggs there, you gotta just punt that football away. Even if he makes that throw and completes it, that's not 21 yards. That's not a first down. I think that's just bad decision making, if I do say so myself. He throws that ball away or he punts that ball away. He doesn't give Wilson that great field possession, and just he throws a turnover, like the worst case situation could have happened. Pick 6. First points on the board. It's really helping the Wilson in offense by this Tigers defense being great.
Armani Johnson once again proving that he is D1 material. So now Wall out to kick the extra point here. Love to see if he can just knock this right through the uprights and get some confidence in him. You saw in the first game he missed one on a bad hold, but you're hoping that he can drill on him, just get in a rhythm here for the Wilson Tigers.
Yep.
So a huge 50-yard interception from Armani Johnson makes the score 6-0 with 9 minutes and 20 seconds left. A bad snap, but Wall puts it right through a very nice kick. Goes onto the concourse out there. Very big kick.
Yep, absolute beauty. Interesting to see that this Wilson Tigers football defense will have to come back out on the field. Possession-wise, they've been out on the field a lot more than this offense has. Really haven't even been able to get anything happening because of these turnovers. They haven't made a first down on that last 2 drives because of turnovers. So we'll see if that affects them by causing some players to get tired and things like that.
Yeah, interesting to see there on that kick. Armani Johnson actually came in to hold after the 50-yard interception he just had and made a great hold for Wall to kick it right through the uprights, booted it through.
Yeah, these players are playing all over the field. You see like Armani Johnson, Ian Wall, all types of these players are playing offense and defense, and because they just need those great athletes out there, which both of them are, and it's really helping them.
You hear the noise from the crowd arising a little more. It seems to be on the upper side of about 400 people here tonight. A huge turnout for the first home game of the season. And boy, were they happy when Armani took that one back for the Wilson Tigers' first lead.
Yeah, hopefully that will help boost this team confidence by getting the crowd involved.
A boot from Wall, but right into Suggs' hands, which you don't want, but a very good tackle there. I believe that was Messiah Petty. A great takedown on Suggs, who is a very, very athletic kick returner.
Yeah, way better special teams than the first one out there. This time, great kick by Wall and able to make the tackle easily, and we'll see what will happen on this defensive end if the Bells offense can get something going.
As I said before, I would have loved to see Wall put that right through the uprights, and as he did, you kind of see his confidence coming out there. Obviously, the wind is blowing right to left, so a bit of an advantage there on that kick, but it looks like he got into that a little more and had a little more confidence, which I'd love to see from Wall.
Yep, couldn't say it better myself.
So a handoff there to number 5. That might be Tyler Green, but taken down and driven into the ground by Connor Riley. Not sure what he's doing.
That's going to be a first down, getting a little chippy. I don't know if it was necessarily Connor Riley's fault, but he's not happy with it. Maybe some pushing in the back, but also some stepping over, which you don't like to see. You like to see the game being clean and just playing some good football.
Yeah, the Bell Eagles seem agitated over there. They seem like they feel like they could have gotten some more calls and also some chirping. And after that interception, you know, it can get the best of you. So they got to watch out for those penalties. Suggs hands it off once again to Tyler Green, who bounces out to the left and is tackled. A great tackle from Robert Nelson, who we've seen already be active in this game.
Yep, gaining some more yards. Run game has still been pretty successful for this Wilson Tigers team, and able to get some good pickups for this Bell team. Sorry, I apologize. And we'll see what happens.
First and 10 on their own 35. Marching down now seems to be another penalty on the Tigers. Yet again, it should be game.
Those penalties are killing Wilson. Now they're marching on the other side of the field. That's a big play for them.
In the second quarter, 8 minutes and 50 seconds left. A first and 10 on the 45 for the Bell Eagles. Suggs takes the snap in a shotgun and hands it off to Tyler Green, who is brought down once again. A big tackle by Ian Wall, who gets in that backfield and is active.
Yeah, those linebackers, him and Connor Riley, get that tackle together. Really have been successful on not giving up too much on those plays. He's been all over the field, and if they can continue that, this defense will be looking good. Bell really hasn't been able to get as much things going since that first drive.
A bad snap there, but Suggs recovers, rolls out to his right, and hits John Stoddard, who breaks the tackle but is wrapped up by Landon Prince. A great tackle as the Tigers are getting active and loud there, but it looks like some after-the-play shenanigans once again that will hurt the Tigers. It was a 2nd and 8, which looked to be drawing back to about a 3rd and 11 after that tackle by Landon Prince, but some after-the-play activities that look to give the Eagles probably a 1st down here.
Yeah, interesting play style here for Bell, looking for the flat a lot, but it also really hurts him when Suggs he's moving back so far, so he's making those throws harder on him. When that throw would regularly be just a dump off to the right or left, but he's running backwards on the because of the Wilson pressure, that he's not able to make that easy throw, where it takes longer for that ball to get there, and it's really killing them, because that would be, I feel like, a good pickup, as he was pretty open, but taking longer for that guy to get open.
Wilson pressure seems to be good to start the game, but I will credit the Bell Eagles O-line, who have held strong and had some good blocking possessions. You think the reads right now in the secondary just aren't there, which causes for Suggs to be out of luck. Another handoff to James Stevens, the big man who powers forward to about the 27.
Yeah, if you're Coach Rogers here or the whole Wilson Tigers staff, you just can't be happy with these penalties. It's really costing them, where their defense isn't playing bad, but these penalties are costing them to where they're in the red zone now, off of, I feel like, just a couple plays where they haven't been even super successful.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about how it was going to be a 3rd and 10. Another handoff to Stevens, who breaks through, and another huge drop from Stevens. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be another face mask call on this Wilson Tigers team. They talked about it in practice, but they talked about it now that this team has all really struggled with penalties, and they haven't continued it. They struggled in the game against Yorktown. They talked about it in practice. We talked to Ian Wall about it, but haven't been able to capitalize on that.
James Stevens on the stat sheet is listed at 5'10", 220, but boy, he is looking like an NFL running back out there with those trucks.
I'm wrong on that call, though. It's going to be a penalty on Bell. Must have been a play off the ball, because I didn't see the running back making any calls, unless they're saying something else.
So the Eagles back in the shotgun.
2nd and long. They got to make a play happen here.
2nd and 6 on the 26. Now the 36. Pardon me.
2nd down and 16. At the 41 yard. At the 36 yard.
Suggs takes the shotgun snap and hands it off once again. A big gap, but Wall fills it and makes a tackle once again. Ian Wall everywhere today.
Yeah, those penalties don't happen, and that's like that would be leading up to like a 3rd and 3. Like, that's a quality run, but when you're making that run on a 2nd and long, it's not as good. So it's still learning up to like around a 3rd and 10, maybe a 3rd and 9, which still forces them. I feel like in this situation, you got to be passing the ball, but you never know, because this Bell team doesn't have a kicker, like we said before, so they'll be forced to go for it on 4th down like they have before.
Correct. Suggs has been so inconsistent in the pass game in the first half that you wonder if he is afraid to air it out after 2 interceptions. And the lockdown secondary of the Tigers showing out once again.
Yeah. I just also think the pressure has been getting to him from the defensive line of Wilson. Even though they haven't gotten many sacks, just haven't been able for him to be confident back there where he has to move and throw things on the run.
Suggs takes the snap in the shotgun. He does drop back for a pass, but steps up and fires one into Armani Johnson's hands once again, but he drops it. A very smart play causing a long 4th down. Once again, Armani Johnson in that secondary all over the place.
Not the greatest read right there, but could have made a play happen right there by that Bell wide receiver. Interesting things by Suggs. Drops back a lot. He's dropping back like 10 yards after that. Was around the 29 or something like that, and he's dropping down back to the 39. But that steps up nicely, and and makes his throw. Was on target, just was in a little bit of coverage. I don't think that was a bad play right there by the Eagles.
Suggs looks to be on the ground here. You would hate for him to be injured. The star quarterback for the Bell Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was a play after the call where Wilson Tigers hit him, or just like something pulled, or I don't know what happened right there. A key player, you hate to see it where injuries kill teams like this. If he's out of this game, you got to think that Bell is not looking good.
Yeah, so Suggs once again avoids pressure and rolls out to his left. I don't believe he's rolled out to his right and delivered a pass yet. Maybe he likes his left a bit more, but it's causing for him to cross over his body and create tough throws for himself. Whereas that throw, standing still, could have been completable.
Yeah, I mean, if he's just able to stay in the pocket, I feel like it's harder to look for reads when he has to look at the pressure so much. He has to look if he's going to get sacked at one moment, and then at the next make the read at any moment. So when he's making those throws on the run, it just makes it a lot harder for him. So if this Bell offensive line can keep the blocks there and keep him in the pocket, then he'll be more successful though.
Looks like Tyler Green will take the snap and do a little RPO. Bounces to the right, and a big tackle. Looks like a holding there on number 1, John Stoddard. Pretty clear there. Yeah.
Interesting wildcat formation. I don't know if that's just because Suggs is injured and won't be returning, or I don't know what's going to happen. Again, he's a key player. If he's out of this game, like I said before, this is not looking good for Bell.
So that was a 4th and 9, so that will be a turnover on downs. 5 minutes and 57 seconds here at Horace Fleming, the third field. 7-0, Wilson still on top, holding strong to end this second quarter. A huge turn of events after DeMichael Suggs, the starting quarterback for the Bell Eagles, just came out after injury. They went with a little RPO. Once again, seeing they do not have a kicker on the roster. They're on the 30-yard line and have what would be a 40-yard field goal. In Wilson's case, you might go to wall there, but Bell does not have the liberty in that situation and have to force a run, which ends up in Tyler Green, I believe, being hurt. Another star running back who's gotten a lot of carries this game.
Yeah, that was the guy who came up in the wildcat formation where he just takes off in the run. Interesting play call because it looks like Suggs, as I can see on the sideline, is up and standing. So that's a good thing to see for if you're a Bell Eagles fan. As the Wilson offense comes back on the field, to see if they can capitalize off their defense's glory, and see if they can get an offensive touchdown here and really cement this lead for Wilson. Because Wilson in the 1920 season when they played Bell, it was a dominant performance. Taking the 29-0 victory. So see if they can repeat that this year.
Yeah, you figured either way there they were going to take Suggs out for that 4th down and run something different just to give him a break, no matter how severe the injury was. But Alex back in the pocket, he loved to see him to create something here. Jason Collins goes out wide and tries to catch a screen, which is swatted down.
Yeah, Coach Rogers not happy with that play call as Alex misses the read a little bit. Not able to complete the pass, just trying to make something happen, but not successful.
Yeah, a forced read, but once again you see no time at all for Alex back in that pocket. He's dropping back and taking a second to read, which is tough on the quarterback.
I think that was the only route there. I think that was their key thing, was just to get a little screen pass right there.
So Alex takes the snap and hands it off this time to Jason Collins, who breaks one tackle and almost breaks another down to the 30.
Great rush right there. Beautiful. That's what you like to see right there if you're a Wilson Tigers fan. Picking up around 8 yards and leading to a third and short. So if they can capitalize on this, and where they've struggled on third down and in the last 2 drives have turned the ball over on third down. So if they can just pick up 2 yards right here, that's big for this Wilson team. Try to get some momentum.
A 3rd and 1 actually on the 34th. You think they might hit it off once again to fall forward and get a yard here. But Alex in the shotgun once again. Looks like a heavy blitz falling in line. Collins bounces it out once again. A great nifty run. Once again, Collins is showing some presence in the run game for the Wilson Tigers.
Yeah, it really all starts with these outside runs that they've continued to go back to. It all starts with those wide receivers. Those wide receivers have been laying good blocks back-to-back plays in a row. So if they can continue that and continue to get those outside runs going, it's really going to help this Wilson offense get started.
Yep, Jason Collins really asserting his dominance in the run game there with 2 big runs. A 1st and 10 now on the 41st. Hands it off to Collins once again, who bounces it outside, breaks one, breaks another, bounces it out, and gains maybe 1 yard there. You'd love to see Collins shoot a little more upfield in that situation, but another good run, breaking 2 tackles.
Yeah, 100%. Makes some guys miss, like puts in the agility, but if he's working downfield, he really didn't gain much. I don't even think he gained a yard at all on that. So it's like kind of a useless thing right there. If he moves upfield, tries to cut upfield, can gain some yardage, really help this team.
Exactly, no yards gained on that. That's a 2nd and 10 with 4 minutes left in the 2nd quarter on the 41st yard line. 7-0 still. Wilson is holding their lead as they have the ball to end the 2nd quarter here. Alex takes the snap, looks back into the progression, fires a pass outside intended for Taiwan Day, but incomplete. A decent throw from Alex there. You would have wanted to see him get a better ball. He threw a laser to the outside though.
Yeah, I'd like to see Wilson to go into some different formations. Maybe have Alex go under center and try to have a 2 running back set. Maybe they go into like something like I form where have a lead blocker for one of the running backs and try to get some stuff up the middle happening. But they continue to go to the gun, and it's been somewhat successful, but not what they would like to see.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Pass game not working for either team here. A 3rd and 10 on the 41st, and seems to be a timeout
for Bell.
From the Bell Eagles.
Wilson has a pass join us at the center of the field, and he will be doing a proclamation honoring Coach Forrest Fleming.
We'll see if either team can really make something happen in these last 4 minutes of the first half. My guess is both teams will have an opportunity to score. Both teams will have a drive, is my guess, and see if Wilson can cement this lead, extend it to a 2-possession lead.
3 minutes 44 seconds left. 7-0 still. Wilson holds the lead as they have the ball. 3rd and 10 on the 41st yard line. The Griffins exit the huddle, and the Tigers come back too, led by Alex. Alex in the shotgun by himself. No, sorry, Landon is motioning over. Takes the snap and looks back, looks to throw here, airs it out to the far side. That was a completion to Taiwan Day, and that looks to be a 1st down, a huge pass.
Yeah, that was the best pocket presence and things, but it's going to be a holding call on Wilson. There's got to be something behind that since they've struggled so much. But if there was no holding there and they had clean blocks, I think that was the best play we've seen so far, where Alex is able to stay in the pocket, look for his read, make a beautiful pass, and pick up a 1st down. But sad to see that the penalties continue to kill them, and it's going to be a play is going to be voided.
Yeah, you hate to see it once again, a huge gain, but I guess that's why he had so much space and time in the pocket there. Should be a 3rd and very, very long here.
Gotta have to be looking to throw here if you're Wilson, I feel like, or just get their punt team ready if it doesn't happen. Haven't seen many 2 deep passes for either team, and see what Wilson's coaching staff can bring up right here.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is create another turnover and give Bell a touchdown here, so you want to be smart with what you're doing here. Alex drops back and he will look to pass, rolls out to his right, avoids the corner splits, and throws a pass to Armani Johnson, who drops it. Unfortunate.
It's going to be another penalty there, though. I like that throw there over the center. Sees Armani on that in route, but don't know what the call is going to be. I think my guess it will be on Wilson. Punt team's coming out, so we'll look to see a good punt from Ian Wall to not give up too good field possession for this Wilson Tigers team.
Yeah, I love the aggressiveness from the Tigers there, looking to pass on a 3rd and long from their own 31. Alex makes a good play and delivers a good throw, which you might have been able to go for on the 50-yard line, but now you're in a position to punt after the draw. Wall, another loopy snap, and delivers a pretty solid punt, which will get a very good roll and roll all the way to about the 20. A great punt from Wall, who's just been more and more confident as the kicking game has evolved in this game.
Yeah, special teams have really been improved from last game, and after that first good run by Suggs on that first kickoff, they've really just improved it. I feel like they've been flawless on that. That's a spectacular punt where kind of a low-driven punt where Suggs is not able to make a catch on that, even get a return and get some lucky bounces where they're back in it, where Suggs is back deep into Wilson territory.
Correct. So 3 minutes and 17 seconds left for the Griffins to make a run down the field here. A 1st and 10 on their own 21st. Great punt from Wall. Still 7-0. The Tigers are on top, holding the lead here to end this second quarter. Suggs back in the game. Good to see. Takes the snap in the shotgun and takes the read option, showing that he is totally fine. Bounces out for about a 5-yard gain. You love to see that if you're a Griffins fan. And Suggs getting agile once again.
Yep, hadn't gone to the read option since that first drive, and was a lot more successful this game. I mean, this was successful early, and continues to be successful. Where we inch closer to that 2-minute warning, where we'll see if Bell can put together a good drive and get some points on the board before this halftime.
A snap and another handoff to, I believe that's Tyler Green gets the handoff. That's his first carry of the game. Gets about 5 yards.
Yep, it's going to be a 1st down. I'd like to see this offense continue and put some points on the board.
A 1st and 10 here for Suggs, who drops back and hands it off to Green once again, who gets a 5-yard carry, breaks a tackle, and is wrapped up by Robert Nelson, who's been all over the place in this first half.
Yep, a little bit of I think his helmet fell off, but run game continues to be there. I think the clock will roll down to the 2-minute warning, but clock doesn't stop.
Really chippy once again as the stands are totally full. The Tigers are looking to impress their fans, and the Griffins looking to make something happen and shush the crowd here to end this second quarter.
Yep.
As the clock runs down to 1 minute and 30 seconds, Suggs will sit back in the shotgun.
Got to make something happen. This clock is running, and just got to get something happening before the end of this half.
Hands it off to Big Stevens, who takes it past the 50-yard line. And that looks to be possibly offensive holding is what the...
I think that was a fumble call. That's a fumble, and Wilson's going to pick it up.
Oh boy, that would have been a big turnover if that was the case. Someone is down. It looks to be Stevens towards the end of that play. I'm not sure I saw where he gave that up, but that would be huge if the Tigers can come away with a late turnover to end the second quarter.
Yeah, we'll see what the ruling on the field is. I think the Bell offense is going to stay on the field. I think they're going to rule him down before the fumble, but we'll see. If they can cause a big turnover right here and give this Wilson Tigers offense an opportunity to score before the end of this half, if they're looking good.
Yeah, the defense once again very smothering. The run game's been working all day for the Griffins, but locking up that pass and not giving Suggs the ability to drop back and be comfortable and make his reads. And, we've seen time and again, Suggs just not being confident in his pass game at all.
Hopefully the injury's all right and can get the back to play.
Yeah, Stevenson's been a big contributor for the Griffins today, so that would be a rough scratch if he does get injured there.
Great showing for these Wilson fans today. It's got to be supported for their team to know that the school supports them and they're rallying behind them, even after an unsuccessful first game.
Yeah, so the offense will take the field here at about the 50. A huge turnover for the Tigers. Alex taking the snap. You hope he doesn't do something too crazy here towards the end of the half. You know, if something breaks through, that's totally fine, but you don't want to try and create a play and force another turnover late. He takes the snap and drops back to pass this one. Goes through the progressions and throws one up, and he does the exact thing you did not want to do. Threw it right into the hands of number 9, Dejuan Samuel. A huge turnover. You wish they would have run it in a situation like that. A minute left, holding the lead into the half, but Coach Rogers comes out aggressive and has Alex pass that to a corner. A bit of a bad ball and an interception. Puts Suggs back on the field, and the Griffins looking to score late in this second quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be a flag. I don't know specifically what it is, but again, like we talked about before, he had no time in that pocket. Just was able to get that throw off before the sack, but threw up a little bit of contested ball, threw it to the Bell defender's side. If he could throw that more towards the sideline, I feel like the Wilson receiver could have made a play on that. But also just if the pocket totally collapsed on him, wasn't able to escape the pocket. It was like a 360. He's in a ball in a circle of Bell defenders, and nothing you really can do about that, I feel like.
Yep. Very unfortunate once again. A bad turnover. 3 turnovers for the Tigers now. 2 fumbles early in the first quarter. And an interception.
See if Bell's offense can make something happen right here. You know they have those playmakers on that field, the Suggs brothers specifically, and some of their running backs. If they can make something happen, I feel like they can get back in this game. It only takes one play. You saw some of those big plays where they're picking up 15 to 20 yards, so if they can turn one of those into a big break, I feel like this team can score even though their offense has struggled so much.
Correct. 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Wilson still holding the lead, 7-0. A 1st and 10 from the 50 for the Griffins as this second quarter winds down once again.
Yeah, I think it's going to be they're going to call a little bit of a penalty on the pick after the play, so the pick is still going to count, but they just moved the chains on that first down a little bit back. Actually, yeah. So they're going to move it back a couple yards, and that's just hard to see what's happening.
A rowdy crowd once again, waiting for something to erupt for.
Yeah, you could see when this crowd can really get into it, especially like on that pick 6 play. Crowd really could erupt, but really haven't had those key moments and key plays that they're able to cheer for.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be waiting. After yesterday, we saw how the crowd can be such a huge factor. The St. John's versus Wilson soccer game was here at 4 o'clock yesterday. If you haven't seen that yet, please click on the Wilson Live channel and check that out. But 3-0, St. John's with the win. The Wilson crowd never had a chance to get into it, and the Wilson team faltered because of that.
Yeah, similar attendance to today, and we'd like to see the crowd get into it a little bit more on the offensive end as Wilson calls a timeout. I feel like also just these dead spaces of time where we haven't had a play for, I feel like, 2 minutes because of confusion with penalties and timeouts, and both teams, I feel like quarterback the Bell's offense hasn't been able to get into a rhythm, and same thing with the Wilson's offense. Due to penalties, due to turnovers, like they really haven't been able to get quality drives in, and that's what you really like to see in these football games, which we haven't been able to see here today.
Exactly right. 1 minute and 7 seconds left. We have a bit of a dead space. They think they rule back the penalty, and then they bring it up once again after a conversation with the refs, and then the players take the field, and a timeout was called by the Tigers. So a 1st and 10 on what seems to be the 49 after a conversation with the refs. 7-0. Wilson still holding the lead after the Armani Johnson pick 6.
As we said before, we'll be doing every Wilson home game. Will be live streamed here at Wilson Live. So if you want to tune in to more football games, we have every sport that is here. So field hockey, soccer. We might be doing some other things like the plays this year. We don't know exactly yet if they're going to be able to have live attendance, so we'll be streaming those and putting those up on Wilson Live. Then when we come to winter, we'll have basketball season, which will be big for Wilson, as trying to come back and win a city championship, as well as the DCSSA championship, where they lost both in both of those championship final games for the boys and also the girls, who made it far in both of those tournaments, along with sports like volleyball, and then coming towards the spring we'll have baseball, and just doing all kinds of things, building up the program at Wilson Live, and we'd love to have you around to experience it if you can't make it to these games, and try to expand our program by going to away games where not everyone can make it and things like that.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button if you're at all interested. It would help us out a lot. And drop a like on this video if you're watching still. 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Wilson holding the lead. A 1st and 10 on their 49. Griffins on the 49. I don't think that sucks. Looks like some sort of wildcat formation, and the center seemed to jump off sides there once again. Unfortunate, the Griffins don't move back.
Penalties have been killing both teams on the offensive end specifically. Neither team have, like, a lot of the times where they've made a couple drives, like that first Bell drive, they really moved the ball. They started around the 30-yard line on that return, 35-yard line, got into the Wilson red zone, but then those penalties really killed them.
And a fumble, but breaks through 10. He's at the 40, the 30, a great run after a miscue and a snap.
Yeah, unfortunate for Wilson right there. Bell came out in that wildcat set where they have the running back there and tries to get some open field and make a run for it, but was not able to do it. Was able to do it off a bad snap, fumbles the ball, but able to pick it up and pick up a huge gain.
Yeah, I think the Tigers expected something to be brought down in the backfield there, and kind of gave up on the play. And number 5 just took off and found a hole for a 20-yard gain. Now they've got 56 seconds left. They're marching forward. Seems to be a penalty of some sort, and they'll be in scoring position right now towards the end of the half. A big chance for the Griffins right here if they can capitalize.
Yeah, inside the 15 again. These penalties really killing Wilson. Hopefully they'll be able to come up with a stop right here, or make something happen. Maybe try to hold them for 3. As you know, no kicker for this Bell team, so they'll be forced to try to go for 6.
Suggs audibling the offense, takes the snap and looks to pass. A flag is thrown. He rolls out to the right and delivers a pass through the hands. And incomplete. Locked up by Landon Prince out there.
A little chippy out there as the flag is called, but pressure is getting there. Ian Wall and some of those defensive linemen and linebackers were getting to the quarterback and able to make that read where that player is open, but he drops it, and we'll see what this flag is about.
Yeah, it looks to be on the Griffins as they're walking it back here, but a big incompletion there. Suggs finally rolls out to his right and delivers a pass, but incomplete. Not a bad throw, but just better coverage by Landon Prince there.
Yep. That's a big play for here. Now it's going to be first and long again as the play again. 48 seconds left. See if Wilson get a stop, or see if this Bell team can get a score.
Suggs fakes the handoff both ways and throws a little bubble, but swallowed up by Landon Price. Huge tackle, reads the screen perfectly, was not fooled at all.
Yep, tackle for loss right there.
The clock's running down and a timeout will be called by the Griffins.
Great defense right there by Wilson. Looks like their red zone defense is making another stop like they did on that first drive. They're just getting pushed back and back to where, especially since they don't have a kicker. I don't know if they have someone that is able to kick in general at all. Because if they don't, they'll be forced to make a play where they're gonna have to try to get something on a second and long.
36 seconds left. Wilson still holding their 7-0 lead. 2nd and 10 on the 22nd here to end the second quarter, a long first half.
Feel free to go partake in the food that they have. They have some pizza, wings, one chocolate chip cookies, cinnamon rolls, chips, candy, soda, tea, and water. They're waiting for you to stop by. Let's support our construction folks tonight.
Back on the field. See if they can make something happen.
Again, 36 seconds left on the clock. Suggs back in the shotgun with no one around him. Looks like he'll air this one out to end the half on the 22nd. 2nd and 18, drops back and takes off through the middle. Mike wrapping him up, and a great open field tackle from Mike. A huge tackle there as the clock runs down. The Griffins will have to hurry up here to end this second quarter.
Pressure was getting to him right there. Pocket was collapsing, running that 5 wide. Not able to use that running back as another blocker. Only blocking 5, but the Wilson have been blitzing just 4, and off those edges has really been killing them.
Suggs drops back. A flag is thrown. Rolls out to his right and tries to hit number 11, Jaden Watts, but that is incomplete. The pocket collapses and Suggs is forced to roll out again. Great coverage by the Wilson Tigers on the secondary.
Yeah,
hopefully the flag is not on them.
Yeah, Wall wasn't even blocked right there. He just was able to scream past that offensive line of Bell and try to get to the quarterback. Suggs was forced to scramble out of the pocket, which he's done amazing at, if I do say so myself, and to be able to not pick up any sacks today. And able to make a read, almost an interception for Wilson. But great defense, but able to use those legs to not hurt this even 3rd and long.
So the Griffins with 4 seconds left, a long 3rd and 13 on their own 18, on the Tigers 18, pardon me. Second quarter winding down, Wilson up 7-0, still looking for a miracle to end this half. Suggs drops back and rolls out to his left, flips his body and delivers a strike. That would be a great completion. Rolled complete. Wow, great pass. Hopefully not a holding though.
Halftime. Wilson's running a little bit of cover 2 on that play. Was able to make a play, but not the greatest time management right there. And it's going to lead us this half with a 7-0 Wilson lead with that no offensive touchdowns for either team. We'll see if that can get better in the second half.
Yeah, so as the clock hits double zeros, Wilson 7, Bell 0. 3 turnovers for each team in the first half. The only score right now is a 50-yard Armani Johnson touchdown. Wilson will head to the locker room, I'm assuming, and we'll see you after the half.
Thank you for watching.
Columbia for 32 years. And whereas Coach Fleming led hundreds of young men up to the Fort Reno Hill and young women on the stadium steps. Whereas Coach Fleming won a DCIA Coach of the Year numerous times. He was inducted DCIAA Championship Coach Hall of Fame in 2015. Whereas Coach Fleming coached numerous stellar athletes, including all Met athletes, Parade All-Americans, college scholarship athletes, and future NFL players. Whereas Coach Fleming won championships while coaching at Wilson, but loved investing in the lives of young men and women in Washington, D.C., teaching them to stand their ground, develop a strong work ethic, tough love, and the importance of family and faith. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the principal and athletic directors of Woodrow Wilson High School that Coach Horace Fleming III is hereby recognized for his unwavering commitment and dedication to the youth of the Wilson and District of Columbia community. Be it further proclaimed that the new turf field is named Horace Fleming III Field this 31st day of August 2019. Kimberly Martin, Principal, Mitch Brewer, Athletic Director, and Nabila Ricks, Assistant Athletic Director. Thank you. will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. We ask that you be a positive representative for your school community. Thank you.
And we're back here at Forrest Fleming III Field. Still a beautiful day. About 1,000 people in the stands now, going wild over some cheerleading. We're going to start the second half here in about 3 seconds. Wilson 7, Bell 0. Wilson will start with the ball. They kicked off. So looking to get out early and get another score, get some insurance, and hold on to this one for a big victory for the Tigers.
Yeah, looking for some offensive production. Neither team has any points on the board due to the offense. Wilson's only 7 points is coming off of a pick 6 by Armani on a big play that's given them that lead. So neither team's offense have been good this game. So we're looking for both teams to get the run game going and try to have a better offensive game than the first half.
Yep, really not much brewing in the first half. As we reiterated a bunch of times, Bell does not have a set kicker on the roster. They've got a linebacker, I think that's Chester Pearson, the 5'10", 245 middle linebacker is kicking this one off to start the quarter.
Yeah, looking for a good return right here.
He squibs it down the middle. Picked up by number 14, Eddie Messiah.
Decent return right there. I think that's the best case scenario for you if you're for Bell. Just outside the 30 and around like the 34. Especially without a kicker, like that's not bad. So let's see if Wilson can do something on the offensive end. See if they can give Alex time in the pocket. Because when we've seen the plays that he's gotten time in the pocket, he's been able to make some reads. But really, penalties and pressure in the pocket have really killed this offense.
Alex back in the shotgun. Landon Prince to the right of him. Takes a snap and hands it off to Prince, who breaks 3. Breaks loose into the secondary, tackled by Zion Suggs for a big gain. That's the Landon Prince we know, who we did not see that much in the first quarter and half. That's a great run to start the second half.
Yeah, great run right there. They're switching up the running backs right here, coming in, bringing in Mikey. Landon you can just see the speed that he has right there, being able to make that run. You can see him coming off the line on that outside run that he's just able to bolt up, and if he makes one guy miss, I felt like he could break that out for 6. Had lots of room on that side, and if they can continue to do this, they pick up that first down. If they can continue the run game, this time with more of a power running back, then be successful.
Mike takes him, and he does break free, bounces it to the outside, but to no avail. Would have liked to seen him cut up field there and try to push forwards for some more yards, but Mike with another good run. 2 good runs to start this second half.
Yeah, he tried to go totally outside, started going the left side of that field, but then cut back to the middle, which I thought really helped him. But then tried to cut back to the right side, the Wilson sidelines, and that costed him where he maybe could have picked up a first down, where that only leads to a 5-yard gain.
Clock is winding down to 10 minutes 30 seconds now. A 2nd and 5 on the 48. 7-0, Wilson still. Alex in the shotgun with Prince to the left of him. Fakes the handoff and throws a quick slant. A good ball to Armani Johnson, but just couldn't find a completion there. A good throw and a good play by the Tigers. Not sure what went wrong there with Armani Johnson, but he's been solid this whole game.
Yeah, I think that ball was a little low, if I do say so myself, where Armani, especially in stride, it's a difficult ball to catch when that's going towards his legs right there. But right idea. Those slants have worked a little bit for the Wilson team, and their offense is looking a lot better starting this half, and see if they can convert on 3rd down.
A 3rd and 5 now. Alex in the shotgun once again with Prince to the left of him. Johnson in the slot this time. Alex takes a snap with the heavy blitz coming from the Griffins. Throws it off to Levon Chambers, I believe.
I believe that's Armani Johnson. Looking like a key target on the offensive end and on the defensive end. Key player for this Wilson team. I think he might be just short, so it's going to be a 4th and 1. Offense is going to stay on the field for this one. Try to pick up a big play.
I think they might get Mike in here and just hand the ball off and let him power forward, but they'll keep Prince in the game.
It's been shotgun all game. Let's see if they spice it up. I don't think they will, though.
Alex in the shotgun takes a snap and hands it off to Prince like we predicted, but stuffed at the line, tries to power forward, but I think his momentum was stopped. Play called dead. A flag on the play once again.
Loses that ball. Could have been costly if they called that. I don't know what the flag on the play is, but my guess is that's going to be a turnover on downs, and it's going to go to Bell, but I could be wrong.
Bad start for the Tigers. Came out with 2 great runs and then got stuffed 3 times.
Even this possession, I felt like if they just make a little bit something more happen. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. I don't know what the call is yet. But they got 2 good plays out of this, just weren't able to capitalize. I thought that Mikey run could have been a little bit more than what he got. So if he picks up a couple more yards, then it's 1st down, and then this offense is not going back for another 4th down.
Yeah,
but I think this is going to be a 1st down for Wilson on the penalty.
Yeah, so the penalty will help the Tigers, pardon me. So the offense seems to be marching forward, and Alex will come back out and look to make something happen. A huge turn of events, as that would have been a turnover event.
Yeah, that really kills them right here, because that's not only just would the offense get on the field, where this is the biggest drive that Wilson has been able to put together this game, but also that penalty gave them 15 yards or so. So now they're just inside, just around the 30-yard line, looking to make something happen.
1st and 10 as the clock is winding down to 9 minutes and 30 seconds. A huge blitz once again, hands it off to Prince, who breaks 2 tackles and is brought down.
A little chippy right there between Armani Johnson and number 5, Juwan Sambal. Interesting to see what happens. Ian Wall checking in at wide receiver, see what he's gonna do. Usually is playing linebacker and kicker, but we expected to see him getting some snaps at wide receiver.
See if either team can get the offense going here to start this 2nd half. Wilson has had possession for all of the 2nd half so far, but as we mentioned, no offensive touchdowns in the 1st half whatsoever, and both offenses struggling with 3 turnovers. Alex in the shotgun with no one around him. 2nd and 8 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. They motion over Prince and hand it off. Pardon me, that was Jason Collins. I believe possibly an illegal formation, or someone jumped off sides there.
Yeah, you got to think that Wilson's got to work on their like Alex has to run to the sideline every play. I know they have headsets. I don't know if they're not working or there's some problem with them, because I don't naturally see the quarterback running over to the sideline every possession. You got to think that just adding another element of tiring him out. But I think that's going to be on Wilson, and they're going to lose a couple more yards. It's going to be a second and long.
18-17 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Wilson leading the game by 7.
I was surprised by they only gave on that run play before, they only gave him 2 yards. It's going to be actually on Bell on that penalty, so it's going to be 2nd and short.
A huge call once again for the Griffins. Just another costly flag and penalty there. Now Alex has a chance to make a play. It looks like a heavy blitz is coming once again. and hands it off to Collins, who breaks free past the tackle outside to the edge and is tackled by the sideline. Another flag, hopefully not holding if you're a Tigers fan.
Super surprised by that play. It looked like he was going to get wrapped up in the backfield. I think I would say 4 or 5 Bell defenders back there, but not able to make the tackle. If you're a Bell coach right now, you can't be happy with that. Coach Tyson, I'm sure, is not happy with how his defense was performing that play. Let's see what the call is. Penalties still strike this game, where we saw in the same first half where this one's going to be against Wilson. So that's hurting them again. It's going to be 2nd and 5 or so.
Alex in the shotgun, Jason Collins Jr. to the left of him. 1 out to the left and 3 out to the right, including Wall and Armani Johnson there. Alex takes a snap and hands it off to Collins, who is stuffed. Maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain, but looks like not much going there in the run game.
Yeah, it's going to lead down to a 3rd down and maybe 4 or 5. See what happens. They bring in Mike. Try to get the more power back. I would be surprised if it's a run play here. Haven't been able to get the pass game going in the second half, but in the red zone, I would say they're probably within striking distance for a field goal, but would like to get even a little bit farther if they can get, even if they don't pick up the first down, if they can get inside that 25. A 35-yard field goal for Mr. Wall is definitely doable.
A 3rd and 6 on the 27-yard line. 7-0, Wilson looking to add some insurance points. Alex in the shotgun with Mike to the right of him. Wall out wide. Snaps it and throws quickly. Intended for Armani Johnson. Incomplete.
Armani has been his main target. Completed some passes, but really overall just hasn't been able to get the pass game at all going this game. But they're going to bring on the kick team, hopefully to be able to make I think it's going to be a 36-yard field goal.
Yeah, it would be a big kick for Wall. As we mentioned earlier, he did hit a 37-yarder last week.
It actually looks like it might be a 37 exactly again this game. So if they knock this kick in, that's big.
Wall running out would be a long, long kick. Armani Johnson on for the hold once again.
Yeah, it just makes it hard when Wall has to run to the sideline, get on his kicker's shoe, then run back out. Since he's playing wide receiver, he's been in this whole snap, so he has to run off and run back in.
And a bad snap. Johnson takes it to the edge. A huge hit by Wall. And Johnson will not get the first. Maybe he will. The Tigers are arguing that he is at the first. But a miscue on the snap there. Another bad snap by, I believe, Connor Riley.
Another
flag
penalty
is thrown, yep.
Don't know exactly what happened there. I don't know if it was a bad snap or a bad read on the catch, but I think the defense is coming out right here, and great play by Armani to try to make something out of that. I think that's partly why they have him out there as the snapper. I mean, as the holder. So in dire need if there's a bad snap or something goes wrong, that they have a guy, they're probably their best athlete on this team, who can try to make a play happen.
Totally agree. Unfortunate once again. Wall's been kicking well today, kicking and punting. And a 37-yarder like he drilled last week would have been great for him. Another confidence boost, which again he just needs to get going. But the Griffins will take the field and look for something offensively to go their way.
Pretty good drive right there for Wilson, though. Wouldn't be able to capitalize on that, which is not nice for them, but was able to put some yards together, put some first downs, string some first downs together, get some good yardage to where they were in the opportunity to score. Didn't make it happen, but I would say that's their best drive so far.
Suggs with the snap, hands it off. Powers forward for about a 5-yard gain.
Good to see him back out there after he got injured to make that run happen.
I believe that's Juan Samuel out there. Let's see if DeMico Suggs can get it going for the Griffins here.
Just one safety in the back. We'll see. Armani has really made some great plays on the defensive end and on the offensive end.
Suggs hands it off to Samuel once again. He has swallowed up a huge hit. We got some big hitters on this Wilson Tigers team, and they are showing out tonight.
Yeah, those linebackers like Ian Wall and Mikey have really been playing well on both sides of the ball. They're all over the place and key players for this Wilson defense, along with their cornerbacks. Just the defense has been great, in my opinion.
Totally agree. About 1,500 people, it looks like now, in the stands. A 3rd and 6. Suggs drops back in the pocket. It collapses, rolls out to his left, and fires a great throw that is incomplete for his main target last week, Juan Samuel. And that will be 4th down.
Liked that play right there. If he put a little bit more juice on that ball, I think that would have been a big play for them. Had some room to make something happen if he made that catch. But not able to make that catch, so it's going to bring up a 4th down. No punter. We'll see what they go for here. It's going to be around 5, 4th down and 5. That was a great throw, I felt like, though. Like, just a yard more, and that's a big play for Bell. Sad to see.
Yeah, we'll see what Suggs does here. Last time on 4th down, he threw a 50-yard interception. He will punt this one. A really good roll, and honestly not a bad punt from the shotgun. It'll be about a 45, 48-yard punt, a huge punt.
Yeah, great punt right there. Get Wilson back into Bell's territory. We'll see what Wilson could do with this, getting back the offense on the field really quickly. So, great job by that Wilson defense to not give him up a 1st down in general at all.
Defense looked shaky on the first drive of the entire game, giving up a 80-yard rush back to back to back, and just marching down the field were the Bell Griffins, and then they got a stop, and they really haven't turned back since then. The defense is really turning up, and the secondary especially has just been on lockdown, not allowing Suggs to get a pass off whatsoever, just completely abolishing his reads, and the D-line is doing a pretty good job, better than the start of the game, getting to the quarterback and getting some pressure on Suggs there.
Yep, totally agree. We'll see if Wilson's pass game can open up. Last drive they got some run game, but see if they can incorporate some passes.
Alex in the shotgun, hands it off to Prince. The stiff arm tries to bounce out to the outside. He does, and will step out of bounds. Might be a 4-yard gain. A huge drop from Prince. I believe that was on Suggs. As the crowd gets a little rowdy here.
Really got back to the line of scrimmage, I felt like. Didn't gain that much on that play, but to be able to not get tackled for a loss, I think that's huge, that play. To give the offense an opportunity to go from 2nd and 9 to pick up a yard off that play where other running backs would just be tackled there. Like he broke multiple tackles behind the line of scrimmage, which just shows how talented of a guy he is.
Yeah, the senior Landon Prince is really showing out in the run game last week and this week. Look to maybe see him get another handoff here as Alex is in the shotgun with Prince to the left of him. Alex audibles the offense a bit. 3 receivers to the left of him and 1 to the right as he takes the snap in the shotgun. Looks back and looks to throw, rolls out to the left as the pocket collapses and throws a deep ball. Not a bad pass intended for Scott Messiah, but incomplete.
Just a tough throw on the run in general. No time in the pocket. Has to make that throw on the run. A little bit outside. If you make that throw, that's a big read. That would be a 20-yard pass or so. Bring them into the Bell territory on the other side of the field. But not able to make that pass complete. Neither quarterback have really been able to find their way on the offensive end.
So a rough 3rd and 9 on their own 24th. Could be a big play for both teams right here. Wilson still holding the lead, 7-0. No scores in the second half. The only score so far, Armani Johnson's 50-yard pick six. Alex in the pocket once again, the same formation. Prince to the left, 2 receivers this time to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in the flex. Alex takes a snap and looks to throw it once again. The pocket collapses. He steps up, finds some room, breaks free, and takes a hit and goes down for what would be a first down, assuming that penalty is not holding in the backfield.
I think it might be a holding call. I also thought Alex had that drag route that he could have made that read to jump off, but he doesn't. Chooses to take off with his legs. It makes a good play, but I don't know what the call is going to be on the free read. My guess is it would be holding since it was a call in the backfield, but we'll see. It looks like it is going to be holding.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That'll push the Tigers back for a long third down after what would have been a first down. Alex once again showing his playmaking ability as the pocket collapses and he takes a good rush for about 15 yards for the first down, but I'd assume he had that ability because of a holding in the backfield. The O-line not holding up once again. Aiden Shaw, the big center, has been good so far on the snapping end of things, but the other guys are not holding up at the moment.
Yeah, it's gonna look like a 3rd and 20. Really gonna need to pick up a big play right here. See if he can make a big pass play read.
A timeout from the Griffins.
Or at least get him in a little bit better field position so that they can make a good punt and kick this one to not give Bell the good field position.
So last time the Griffins were on the field, a throw was attempted to Dejuan Samuel. That was the first throw attempted to him of the entire game. As we mentioned a couple times, last week he went off for 14 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown, and 3 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. That just doesn't go unnoticed most of the time, and after a big win against Luray, it surprises me that he has not been in this offensive scheme more. I'd like to see DeMico Suggs air it out a little more as the time is running out here. We only have about 4 minutes and 51 seconds left in the third quarter. The Griffins got to make something happen here, and the run game seems to be collapsing a bit here in this second half. The Tigers defense is really stepping up, so we'd love to see him show out and throw some deep balls and see if they can make some plays. Alex back for a 3rd and 20 on his own 12th yard line. A rough situation. You think the Tigers will air this one out unless they want to hand the ball off and punt it. Alex takes a snap and he will air it out. He drops back and fires a pass down the field. Oh, just missed by Taiwan Day. A great throw, and he was open on that 40-yard line almost, showing off the arm strength Alex is. That's a tough incompletion there, as that would have been a huge play that got the crowd back into it.
Yeah, those plays have been there. They just haven't been able to complete on them. Where he's had wide receivers open downfield like that one. I feel like that was a great pass, but just outstretched the hands of Taiwan. And not able to complete it. That would have been a huge gain and had space to run where that could have been a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, unfortunate. So once again, Wall will come out to get a punt. Hopefully not into the hands of Zion Suggs, the playmaker.
Interesting. They have
snap once again, and a bit of a shank on this one as the pressure gets to him. However, it is picked up by John Stoddard, who will just sit on it.
Interesting formation by Bell, having 2 punt returners in the backfield, trying to make something happen on those returns. Having, like we said, John Stoddard, but also having Zion Suggs back there. See if Bell's offense can come on the field and make something happen right here.
A big opportunity for them here. 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. You're in striking distance. 4 minutes 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Wilson still held on to that lead since the pick six from Armani, and still 7-0 in this game. Just curious which offense is going to step up in this. Sends a man in motion. Suggs rolls out and completes a pass to Samuel, who's tackled for a huge loss. Prince there, the running back, was in the backfield that time. A great tackle by the cornerback.
Yep, they've really, besides that one play, James Steffens made, who's been pretty hard to tackle for Wilson, have really struggled to tackle him. Everyone else, I feel like they've been able to wrap them and bring them back, which have really helped them in to stop this Bell offense.
So a 2nd and 14 for the Bell Griffins. Another motion, this time hands it off to the playmaker Suggs, who dodges one tackle and cuts to the other side of the field. He's at the 40, and he will go out of bounds after reaching for a first. Might be a first if a good spot is out.
That was a great play right there, just to be able to maneuver his way around the defenders and on the reverse, the end around. Originally, my guess idea was to go towards that Wilson sideline, but being able to make his own play, like we know the playmaker he is, and we know he has the skill and talent that we saw from like last week, where he really made things happen. So be able to pick up a big game on that's huge for this Bell team that takes them back inside the 40.
Got what looks to be still about 1,500 people crowding these stands. A huge mix of students and family. And now a handoff to Samuel, who will break free once again. He's not going down, fighting forward for more yards. He's at the 18 now. A huge run from Juan Samuel to get the Griffins into the red zone there.
He's been excellent right now in that running game. I just commented on the Wilsons being able to tackle the guy, and I felt like that play they really struggled in that, and he's able to just keep fighting forward when there's Wilson defenders are all around him and pick up a big game, bring them inside the 20.
So the Griffins looking to capitalize on the field position. A 1st and 10 on the 17. Suggs takes the snap and hands it off once again to Samuel, who was tackled in the backfield, wrapped up by Wall and Casey Wood, I believe it was. Nice little tackle there by both them.
Great defense right there to give him a 2nd and long. See what Bell will be able to do if they can strike inside this red zone. Got to capitalize on this possession with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Not much time left.
Suggs in the shotgun, fakes the handoff and keeps it, fakes out Wall, and he'll break free to the 10 and tackled by Petty Messiah.
Almost a 1st down right there. Run game really looking strong right now for this Bell offense. Wilson desperately needs to get a stop right here. Almost inside the 10.
The big back James Stevens in there to the left of Suggs. 3 wide, looked like it might be a screenplay of some kind, and one at the top to the right of Suggs. Suggs drops back and looking like he's gonna pass it this time. Takes off, tucks the ball and takes a hit. Nothing quite there, but a big hit from Suggs.
Exactly right on that screenplay, but Wilson was on it and not able to pick anything up, but pick up the 1st down with his legs, I think, or it's actually going to be a 3rd and short. You got to think, in my mind, it's in the red zone. You have a big running back. You got to go to him in this situation. Especially now, you need to pick 1 yard up or something like that. You got to go to this, man. 4th down.
Yeah, and the Griffins really need to put the ball in the end zone right here. As we mentioned a couple of times on this broadcast, they still do not have a set kicker on their roster. So they have to get in here. They hand it off, like Nat said, and he'll power forward. That's James Stevens for the 1st.
Big play right there. That's key. That's going to be 1st and goal after that 4th down conversion. Huge play right there.
Yeah, so with no kicker, it presents the idea that you have to go for everything or have a linebacker or kicker like we've seen in this game, or linebacker and QB, pardon me, in this game come out and kick a field goal, which might be a bit easier from where they are on the field, but you love to just punch it in if you're the Griffins right here.
takes a snap not from the shotgun, runs a sneak of some kind. Not in a huge stuff by Wall, but a tricky play from Suggs there. Wall with the huge wrap-up tackle, and Armani Johnson collapsed on that as well. That was a tricky play from the Griffins there.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting that play call. Hadn't seen an under center snap from this Bell team at all this season. My guess is they go back to it. I feel like they got to go to I form or another QB sneak since it was so successful. Bell line going down low. He's going to go for it again. In my eyes,
He drops
fumble.
it. A fumble.
Don't know what the call is going to be. I think it's going to be a touchdown.
Let's see if the Tigers have that, but that would be a huge turnover. That was right on the QB sneak. And they do call it a touchdown. Oh boy. Unfortunate for the Wilson Tigers as they do cause a fumble in the red zone, but just happened to fall on the ball. The Griffins do capitalize on that opportunity, and now we'll see what they do on the extra point, but it's 6-7 now with 3 seconds left in the third quarter, presenting an interesting setting for the fourth.
You got to think that they're going for this like they are. They're coming out no kicker in this opportunity. They're going to go for it go for 2 on this one. We'll see if they're able to convert. As you know, a 2-point conversion starts on the 3.
Huge play here. Suggs rolls to the right and delivers. Did he not get it? He did not. A huge hit and huge play by number 3, Jordan Strickland, the strong safety. What a hit to light up John Stoddard on the goal line to prevent the 2-point conversion. That would have been huge for the Griffins if they completed that somehow. Now the Tigers in a good position, backed up on their own end zone. However, they have the lead going into the fourth.
That's got to be one of the most key plays right here. To be able to stop them on that 2-point conversion, to be up 1 still, with basically entering the fourth with 3 seconds left. That's key for this Wilson team when both the offensive has struggled so much that you never know the game could end 7-6, and that play could have been in the game-winning play. If they score that, and since the Wilson got the stop, that's key.
Exactly right. A huge play there, and now Wilson has the ball with 3 seconds left in the third quarter, 7-6. You'd love to see Wilson get in the end zone here and just be safe about this fourth quarter and just be sure about everything that's going on.
You got to think that I feel like they got to switch up their formation on this kickoff to try to get someone faster. Their return man maybe move up a little bit, try to return that squib kick and try to get something out of it rather than just go down like they did last possession.
Yeah, so once again, the big linebacker, Chester Pearson, listed as a fullback and middle linebacker, will take the kick. Again, no kicker on the Griffins roster. Number 55 running on the field here, and the middle linebacker will take an onside kick. Jumped on by Connor Riley, a great play. I don't think it would have gone 5 yards either way. But
I believe it's actually 10 yards on the onside kick. So it would have been a flag call either way. But great play right there to jump on it and grab it either way, I feel like.
Yeah, agreed. It's interesting to me what the Griffins are doing with the kicker situation. You wonder if they have an injured kicker or something's going on there, but you figured they'd like to have a kicker on the roster just so they can be sure about a couple of kicks during the season. But an interesting play and sets up an interesting situation for the Tigers. They're on the 47-yard line, a 1st and 10 with 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Alex in the shotgun with Prince to the right of him. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the side of the screen. Alex rolls out, delivers a strike. Right into the hands of John Stoddard. He might take this one back. He bounces out to the outside. And he is tackled. Oh boy. A huge turn of events for the Wilson Tigers. Super unfortunate. Alex rolls out to his right, tries to make something happen, throws a duck right into the hands of John Stoddard, who's been waiting all day for that.
You got to think that that's a similar play to what happened in the first half for Suggs, where just nothing open, pressures get into him. and instead of throwing away, he tries to make a play out of it, and that leads to a costly turnover. And so we'll see if Bell can capitalize on it with this great field possession.
Now this brings up a huge 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line for the Griffins. If they can capitalize this on somehow, it'll be huge for the Griffins going into this 4th quarter here.
Like we talked about earlier on the kicker, I'm just surprised that, like, I'm not too knowledgeable on it, but my guess is Bell has a soccer team. So guys like Ian Wall was originally a high-tier soccer player, and we'll see. I would be surprised if they didn't have anyone that has played soccer before at their school to be able to come on and just kick for them.
So they will swap sides as the 4th quarter will commence. A huge drive for the Griffins. And the Tigers will look to stuff them once again after the first touchdown of the game offensively from the Griffins. DeMichael Suggs back in the pocket in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 2 receivers to the left. They're stacked on top of each other. Snaps it and hands it off to Samuel, who breaks free. Could have been a face mask there. I think it will be from Ian Wall. Tried to wrap up the tackle, but just happened to grab onto the face mask there. A tough play, what should be a tough penalty for the Tigers. That'll move them, I think, 10 to 15 yards there. That's rough.
Couldn't say it by myself. Gonna get inside the 30 and really gonna give them an opportunity to score and put themselves up in this game. Wilson really has to get a stop here if they want to win this game.
So the 4th quarter just underway, 11 minutes and 50 seconds left. A 1st and 10 for the Bell Griffins after a huge face mask penalty from Ian Wall, who's been all over the place all day today. Tried to wrap up Samuel and gets the face mask call. Now they're on the 18-yard line in the red zone here. A huge play. Suggs in the shotgun with Samuel to the left of him. Checking the ruling here. Suggs in the shotgun with Samuel to the left of him. 3 receivers to the left of the screen. He snaps it, hands it off to Samuel. Wall with another huge tackle. Wow. This time, no face mask, a big tackle from Wall. He's been all over the place today, I tell you.
Still able to pick around 5 yards. Was going for a blitz there, not focusing on the run right there. So really looking for one of those linebackers to pick that up, but they got picked up by that O-line.
2nd and 6 on the 15. Suggs in the same formation with 3 receivers to the left of him. Motions one over and hands it off to him. He bounces it out to the outside, but it's brought down with no gain. It's number 6, Tyler Green, with the carry there.
See if Wilson's red zone defense can be a little bit better than last drive. It's going to be around a 3rd down. You got to think that Bell continues to run the ball as they've been super successful in this 2nd half. Running all kinds of run plays, reverses, screens, all type of passes. All type of runs. Not really getting the pass game involved at all, and still being successful of able to drive down the field after that interception that really gave him a great opportunity to score.
So big James Stevens in the game now to the right of Suggs. He keeps it himself and bounces it out to the outside. A huge hit from Wall will stop him short, but a big run from Suggs as he keeps the option. Made the defense bite there. Stevens fakes him out as he's been such a offensive presence this game. And Suggs with a very, very big run, which will put the Griffins right in scoring territory.
Yeah, interesting to see he's able to hold on to that ball even after that huge hit. Interesting, it's like you often see quarterbacks fumble because they're not as used to holding the ball when they're running. But it looks like Suggs is super comfortable running the football out here. It looks like they're going to go with a QB sneak.
And he just takes it to the right, completely fakes out the defense, and he punches that in. Unfortunate for the Tigers as a late turnover will cause for the Griffins to take the lead now.
They score on back-to-back possessions. This is not looking good for this Wilson team, as they've really not been able to move the ball inside the red zone all game.
So they'll go for it again, most likely, as no kicker is present on the roster.
12, Wilson 7.
Wilson really, after this, even if they get this stop or they let up the score, they really got to make something happen on this offensive end.
10 minutes and 37 seconds left. Bell 12, Wilson 7 now. Bell is lined up to go for 2 as Suggs enters back onto the field. Stevens to the right of him. He takes the snap and gives the handoff to Stevens, but a big wrap-up tackle by Ian Wall and Messiah Petty will stop Griffins. So the Griffins punch it in, back-to-back possessions. Now it's 12-7. Wilson looking to capitalize on something here and get the offense rolling and into the end zone to win this ball game.
Got to make something happen. You got to think that they're going to go back to the run game, since it's been more successful than the pass game, but got to do something. The offense has just really been awful, if I do say so myself, this whole half and just this whole game in general, with no points on the board to show for it.
Yeah, I'd love to see either Armani Johnson or Jason Collins here get a big kick return or break out to make something happen. I think you need something to go right for the Tigers for a confidence boost, and at the moment, the offense with Alex under center is just not firing. So I think you look to something else like this kick return to get you some yards.
Yep. I'll be interested to see if they go for an onside kick again or they go for another squib. We'll see what happens.
Big Chester Pearson out there again, the middle linebacker and fullback to take the kick. And he will squib it again, a little bit of an onside kick, and Connor Riley picks it up. A dangerous play there, usually not a ball carrier, running into the open field to meet Suggs, but he's brought down. Riley has done that twice now on onside kicks.
I feel like if you're Riley there, you got to just get down. No need to risk giving up a fumble right there. And there's not much yardage to gain there, as there's Bell defenders all over the field right in front of you. So I would think it would be the smart decision to just get down and not give up the chance of getting hit and fumbling.
So Alex in the shotgun once again, looking for some sort of completion on the offensive end. Alex in the shotgun here once again. Motions over. Jason Collins takes the snap and hands it off to Prince, who's brought down. A great tackle by Tyler Green there. Huge play.
I think that's going to be a loss for 2 or 1. Great play to get it in the backfield on that run. Offensive line was not able to pick up their blocks, and the linebackers able to scream up and make the tackle.
So as the run game is diminishing here for the Tigers, you look to the pass game once again. Alex with 2 interceptions on the day. A rough situation for the Tigers here as they have a 2nd and 11 on the 49. Alex takes the snap and will hand it off once again to Prince, who bounces it out to the outside, breaks a tackle, a flag is thrown, and he bounces it out to the sideline.
I feel like if you're Wilson, you got to attack if you're going to go to the pass game, you got to attack the center of the field. You got to attack those linebackers. Those slants have been somewhat effective. Even though you didn't complete them, they've been open. So if you can connect those Armani Johnson or other of those Wilson wide receivers and pick up some good yardage, I think that's what you aim to do if you're this Wilson offense. But this is going to be another penalty that's going to kill this Wilson offense. It's going to be 2nd and long.
Just wanted to take a second to appreciate you guys. If you're watching this video right now, please drop a like, hit a subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it'd help us out a lot.
First down and 10 for the Tigers at the 36-yard line.
So Prince taken down there.
Not a bad run, but not even able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Still going to be set 3rd and long. You got to think that in that situation, you go for a pass on 2nd and long. I feel like if you're Bell, you just play back a little bit, not let them get any yardage. So Wilson's gonna have to make a big play right here and try to get something happening to pick up the first down.
A huge play for the Wilson Tigers here as they look to convert on a 3rd and 17, down 12-7 after Bell marched down twice in a row and scored on QB sneaks from DeMico Suggs. Alex in the shotgun with Prince to the left of him. Sorry, Mike to the left of him. Airs it out to Armani Johnson. Through the hands a little high from Alex, and a drop from John Stoddard on the other end for the pick. So that's going to bring out a long 4th down. The punt team coming out with 8 minutes and 33 seconds left. It's the smart play, but it's frustrating if you're a Tigers fan.
Those reads have been open, in my opinion. Just not been able to capitalize on some drops by wide receivers, but also just missed reads, miscommunications on where the ball should go. Like that one, if it was just slightly lower, that's a big play, and probably going to pick up a first down. But it's just sad to see.
Another loopy snap from Connor Riley, a huge boot from Wall. It'll go into the hands of Stoddard, who will take it back. He comes across the 30 and a huge, scary hit there. Oh my goodness, that was a write-up from Darius Osborne. Oh boy. Seems to me that Stoddard's okay. McGregor walking to the sideline, but boy, that was a huge and scary hit. Not something you want to see towards the end of this 4th quarter here.
Yeah, 8 minutes left. This game is still not over. Wilson just needs to make a quick stop right here. Maybe not give up a first down or try to get some good field position, because they don't have a punter, and try to make something happen. So if they can get a turnover or something, that's huge. Use the defense to get some offense, because their offense has been really struggling this whole game.
Well, that's going to be tough the way DeMico Suggs has been playing this 2nd half. He has 2 rushing touchdowns here, as he's back in the shotgun once again with Samuel to the left of him. He hands it off to Samuel and almost tackled by his own offensive lineman. A little bit of a miscommunication or swallow up there. So Samuel is brought down for what could be a loss.
Yeah, it started with that snap. When he got the handoff, he kind of fumbled the ball. I thought it might have been a fumble at one point, but was able to bring the ball back to the center, and he's going to bring it back to the line of scrimmage.
So the stands have dropped down a bit. Seems to be about 1,250 people here at Horace Fleming III Field. Still a nice night, a bit chilly. The Tigers are looking to capitalize on something and get this crowd roaring. The snap from Suggs, he'll keep it once again. Bounces it out to the right side, to the 40, to the 50. He's still not down yet. Bounced out of bounds by Armani Johnson, who falls onto the track. I'm sure he'll let Suggs hear about that. But Suggs with another great run on the read option. That's really killing the Tigers linebackers, who are committing to the run a lot right now.
If you're Coach Rogers and the defensive coaches on this team, you can't be happy with that. Being able to pick up so much yardage on that play, and along with the defense not communicating and tripping over each other, just playing sloppy right now. And it's showing. Picking up huge yardage and picking up another first down and able to keep letting the clock run, so that we're inching towards the end of this game.
Yeah, if you're Coach Tyson on the Griffins, why not stick with the run here? It's been working for you, especially that read option. So I'd expect them to go back to that. They do, and Samuel gets the carry this time, punches the ball loose, exactly what the Tigers need. The Tigers pounce on it, and what a turnover at midfield for the Tigers. The crowd's erupting a bit as the Tigers get a key turnover, what should be.
Don't know what the ruling on the field is, if they're going to mark him down before the fumble. I know the Wilson fans would not be happy with this, but we'll see what they say.
You saw Samuel bounce out to the left there and thought he might have some room, and then he was wrapped up and the ball was punched out by a corner. Not sure who that was, but a great play. Might rule it down by contact there, which would be frustrating if you're the Tigers fan. Would have been a huge turnover at almost midfield to create the Tigers offense and give them a chance to come back and score and win this game. But now Suggs has a 1st and 10 and he'll hand it off. Breaks a tackle, James Stevens.
Yeah, I still don't know what the call was on that field, if they say he's ruled down by contact, because if that was a 1st and 10, did they pick back up the fumble, or I'm not too clear on what they marked on that field.
Yeah, confusing. It looked pretty clear to me that the ball was out, but maybe they stopped the momentum on that play before the rip was happening. Couldn't tell you what went on there, but an interesting situation. Now a 1st and 10 on the 34 for the Griffins.
If you're Wilson here as a defense, you got to be just looking for the run. They haven't went to the pass at all. Again, he keeps going for that. The QB sneak, I mean, the read option has really killed this Wilson team, and you got to think that they should adjust to it. If he's ran it so many times, you got to think they've ran a QB spy where they have a guy sole purpose is to follow him, but that hasn't happened, and so the Wilson coaches can't be happy with this.
Yeah, we see often from the Tigers that when the run is committed, the linebacker picks up on the running back and will make a tackle if the ball is handed off, but oftentimes when Suggs takes it, like he has in the second half, is gone for a huge gain, which has hurt the Tigers defensively. A run from Samuel, and he'll get brought down.
Think that might be a 1st down. You got to think these Wilson coaches have to adjust at some point, or the players have to adjust at some point, where just focus on the run solely. They're not looking to pass at all. Their sole purpose in the second half has been to run the ball, and Wilson has had no counter to it.
Yeah, exactly. You think at some point they got to stack the box. I mean, Suggs has looked subpar in the passing game so far, so you got to think they load up that box and make Suggs throw over that. Suggs in motion, flips it to Suggs, and a big hit. Boy, are these Tigers some heavy hitters today. And at Yorktown, I believe that's Mike with a loud one.
Able to tackle him just at the line of scrimmage, not able to pick up any game. Just creeping up on the 5-minute mark. Not much time left in this game. Wilson really desperately needs a stop right here and then needs to go down the field and score.
That's exactly right. A huge possession defensively for the Wilson Tigers. A 2nd and 10 at Horace Fleming, the 3rd field here.
Looking for a turnover, especially since the offense has been struggling for the Wilson.
Suggs takes the snap with Samuels to the right of him. He will hand it off to Samuels, who's met by Mike. Another big tackle. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. The clock is still ticking down in the 4th quarter. Bell 12, Wilson 7. A 2nd and 10 here in the nation's capital. You'd hope to see Wilson here capitalize on some defensive opportunities and hopefully force a turnover so they can get Alex back on the field, present the run game, and get a couple completions going and win this ball game for the fans.
Big 3rd down right here.
Suggs in the shotgun like he normally is. With Samuels to the left, look for the handoff here on 3rd and 9. A miscommunication, but he still catches it. Suggs bites forward, might be a 1st down. Again with that read option, it's got them to bite, and Samuels fakes him out. Suggs might have a 1st down there.
You have to be extremely frustrated if you're a Wilson coach and just anyone on the Wilson defense or just a Wilson fan in general. When you see this team, this Bell team just being able to run all over this Wilson defense in this second half, you have to be extremely frustrated on that, where Suggs is able to pick up the first down. When otherwise, if they make a play on that, they get that tackle, that's a 4th down and 9 or something like that, and they're looking for a good stop and be able to capitalize and go the other way, where now there's only 4 minutes left and have to make something happen.
Yeah, you're kind of hoping for a turnover or a costly flag here from the Griffins, because otherwise they might be able to run this clock down on the 14-yard line. 3 minutes 41 seconds left. They've got a lead here. I also don't know if the Tigers can march down and get a touchdown here. Their offense has been shaky all day.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. I don't know if they're be able to make that the classic 2-minute drill, what you would say, and they're really hoping for a stop and try to get a defensive touchdown, in my opinion.
Exactly right. So a timeout here, I believe. Bringing back the defense on the field, looking for a huge stop on 1st and 10 on the 14. This would be huge for the Tigers if they could somehow force a 4 and out and a turnover on downs. Suggs lining up per usual in the shotgun with Samuel to the right of him.
Crowd are getting into it a little bit. Hopefully the Wilson defense can feed off this.
2 receivers to the left and 2 receivers to the right for Suggs, both in a stack formation. Suggs takes the snap, looks for the handoff once again, a little misdirection, hands it off, and no one is stopping John Stoddard until he gets to about the 5-yard line.
These trick plays have really killed Wilson. Another big play on that, picking up around, I think, 8 or 9 yards on that play, where Wilson is just baiting on the first read, and Bell has really been able to capitalize on that, where they're picking up, they're doing the third option on that. So Wilson, my guess on that play, is looking for the running back at first, looking for the quarterback's read option, but a wide receiver comes by in that tight formation that they were running and able to pick up a big yardage on that play, leading to 2nd down and 1.
I'll give Suggs credit. He has been super composed in this pocket. He's had an injury, he's had a couple interceptions, a fumble or 2 in the pocket, but now he's really just making his reads and dumping the ball off a lot or keeping it for himself. A great second half, which was needed for the Griffins here. Suggs takes the snap, another low one, and he'll take this one to the outside. A flag, hoping is holding if you're a Tigers fan here, but Suggs not even close to getting in.
He's still going to gain a little yardage, though, if that's the case, that it's a flag on Wilson. That's going to be, I think, inside the 3, where they're on the 5 right now. Wilson has to come up with a stop. If Bell scores here, you got to think this game is over if they score.
Yeah, that would be a tough penalty if it is on the Tigers. You'd hope that it's on Bell, and
it is.
And it looks to be, as the ref is marching back. That's a huge call, setting up what should be a 2nd and about 12 or so now, instead of what was a 2nd and 1.
Big play right here, 10-yard penalty on that. That's key for Wilson. 2 minutes and 28 seconds. This game is not over if they get a stop right here. Need to get a stop, try to stop the clock, and then make something happen on the offensive end. Can't afford to give up a 1st down.
2nd and 11 on the 15th. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left. The clock is ticking down, 12-7. Bell has the lead. Suggs in the shotgun with Samuel to the right of him. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Suggs tries to work a fake snap. No one bites. Samuel gets the handoff, falls forward a bit. A big tackle by Ian Wall should set up about a 3rd and 10 for the Griffins entering the red zone. Timeout on the Tigers, a smart one there, as they want to talk with the defense about strategy and also stop the clock, so it's not running down for the Griffins here.
Yeah, just around the 2-minute mark. Wilson's, I think they only have 1 timeout left. So if they do get the ball here on this, if they get a stop right here, which I think it should be 3rd down and around 7 is my guess. What they really need to stop here, and then need to attack the sidelines and march upfield if they want to win this game.
Yep, so once again, Bell 12, Wilson 7, a minute 58 seconds left. The clock was stopped after a timeout. They'll rule that run on the 7-yard line, so what looks to be a 3rd and 8. Fourth quarter, this is prime time right here.
You've got to be happy right now if you're a Wilson, if you're a Bell fan. In a great situation right here. They're down an 8. That basically means they have 2 more plays to get 4 yards because they're not going to go. They're not going to kick a field goal. If they did kick a field goal, Wilson would still have an opportunity to score, as it being an 8-point game. That one 2-point conversion that they weren't able to make really is killing them. Both 2-point conversions.
A huge fumble, which would set up a 4th down either way. So if the Tigers don't fall on this, that would be all right, but it would be nice to have that one if you're a Tigers fan.
Don't know if the clock is supposed to stop or not, but it's not stopping, and I think it's going to be Bell football again.
Yeah, unfortunate. Students are filing out of this crowd now. A minute 30 seconds left. This game's not quite over yet, but I think the people have seen what the offense has done this game and are a bit doubtful. Unfortunate for the Wilson Tigers here.
Using their final timeout, not trying to let Bell run out the clock. Minute and 20 left. You can see Alex warming up on the sideline, trying to get this. If they can get a stop here and make something happen, that'll be big.
Yep, a late timeout there by the Tigers. They let the clock run down about 8 seconds, and then Coach Rogers decided to call that one.
Tigers will not be able to run the ball really at all unless they're just running hurry-up offense the whole time. Due to the fact that the clock will be running, they're going to have to attack in the passing game, which really hasn't been successful at all today. So we'll see what they bring up.
So a 4th and 10, crucial for the Tigers to get a stop right here. A minute and 20 seconds left. They've got to get a stop, come out on offense, come out slinging, and go for the end zone here. I'd love to see a turnover here turn into at least some yards for the Tigers. You need something to happen here. A misdirection to Suggs. He's taking this to the edge. That might be a 1st down. Hopefully he stops short if you're a Tigers fan. Suggs bounces it to the outside. Another unexpected misdirection from the quarterback's brother, Zion Suggs.
All right, they're not going to call it a 1st down. Wilson's going to have an opportunity with 1 minute and 12 seconds left to drive down the field and potentially win this game.
Yep, you see the coaching staff there clapping their hands. They're pumped up. The defense is pumped up. The crowd is getting into it a little bit. They realize what's happening. They realize that this is the last chance for the Tigers. It's now or never if you're a Tigers fan.
Yep. And the defense has got to be happy with this performance, even if they do lose, that they put up not only a defensive touchdown, but they helped this Bell team to not many yards and 2 touchdowns when their offense was really not helping them at all. So if you look at this game from a Tigers defense perspective, you got to be going into the next game happy, I feel like.
Completely agree. Alex has got to look for a miracle of some kind. Hopefully Armani Johnson, Jason Collins, one of those twos can break free. You always have Landon Prince in the backfield. No stupid turnovers here for Alex. This is crucial for the Tigers right now.
It'll be a legendary drive if he's able to drive down and score right here.
Yeah, this would sure make the fans mad if we're filing out right now.
Gotta look for something downfield. Gotta think that they're going to guys like Messiah. I mean, gotta think that you're going to guys like Armani Johnson, as he's a key player for your team. Looking for something deep, maybe towards the sidelines, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is what can make a quarterback great right here. Alex really struggled today so far. We were boasting about him in the pregame show, and he has let down the fans a bit throwing some questionable throws. You'd love to see him bounce back here and really drive down the field and just have an exciting play at some point in this game. I'd focus on number 8, Armani Johnson, at the bottom of your screen. He's going to be the one doing the playmaking, if anybody. Alex is looking that direction, throws that way, and right into the hands of Samuel. You think that'll be the game for the Griffins? An awful turnover. Backed up in the end zone. Alex with 3 interceptions. Unfortunate for the Wilson Tigers here, as the fans are running out of here.
Got to be frustrated with that. Offense really couldn't get anything to happen this game, and that I don't know if they're going to call that a touchdown or that's going to be marked down on the 1, but either way, looking like this game is over. Wilson has no timeouts, and Bell will just be able to take a knee and run this game down.
Yeah, unfortunate, a huge turnout for both teams, and a chippy game the whole way, really. Be interesting to see what Coach Rogers can draw up for next week, but that's an unfortunate way to end this game if you're a Tigers fan.
Yeah, I can't be happy with this performance at all. If you're a Tigers, if you're the Tigers coaching staff or a Tigers fan, my guess is they're not going to be happy. Maybe make some changes on the offensive preparation for next week, and to start out the season 0-2 and to lose in this way, where their defense played this exceptionally well, and their offense played like the way that they did, it's really sad to see.
Yeah, it's really quite unfortunate. 1 minute and 2 seconds left, and boy, Bell is going into victory formation here. Super unfortunate if you're a Tigers fan.
If you're Bell here, I feel like you can't be super satisfied with this win either, too. With the offense being less productive than it was before, and with the defense. I mean, the defense played well, but I don't know how much of that was offensive. Was Wilson's offense being bad or Bell's defense being so good? Because I think it was more of Wilson's offense being bad. So you got to go in. Bell's got to go back into preparation for next week and work on their pass game, because that was absolutely not apparent today at all.
Yeah, so seemingly the Tigers will drop to 0-2 and fall to the bottom of the DCIA standings here. And Bell will move to 2-0. Obviously, this is a non-conference game, so Bell is out of the DCIA. But where Bell plays, this will be a huge win for them to start their season. A big win for Bell.
To bounce, yeah, especially after coming off of the last time these two teams played, it was a 29-0 victory for Wilson. You got to be super frustrated after this win. Like, coming into this, they thought we need to win this game, and to lose this game, that's huge.
Yeah. So the Suggs brothers take a victory as the clock hits triple zeros. 12-7 your final score here at Forest Fleming, the third field. An unfortunate loss to the Wilson Tigers.
This has been Wilson Live. This has been Nathaniel Wigman.
And I'm Liam Irvin. We'll be signing off here in a second. The only activity for Wilson the whole day, a 50-yard interception from Armani Johnson. The offense looks to be in a drought the whole day and just couldn't get anything going. The run game was there for a minute, but Alex couldn't get anything going in the pass game, and that comes down to the end of the game. Bell looked a little scarce in the first half on the offensive end, and then DeMico Suggs, the star quarterback for them, picked it up and just really had an amazing game. Came out with 2 touchdowns in the second half. And that'll do it for the Tigers, and that'll do it for us on the Wilson Live stream. Bell takes this one 12-7. We'll be back. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to drop a like if you're still watching this video. We really appreciate you all for watching. Hope you guys have a good one. This was Liam Irvin and Nathaniel Wiggum.